Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randall Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts. Speaking of cocks. Everyone's about to learn what an airlock is.
But not for like an hour and 20 minutes after it starts. Wasn't that towards the end?
I don't know, but they will know by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I sure didn't know what an airlock was.
My favorite was the club sandwich. And I drew a picture of it.
Yes, you did.
We can post pictures of both of our amazing award-winning art.
Yeah, I mean, mine was terrible. I don't even know what it is. Really.
Mine's stick figures, for fuck's sakes.
But we had a great chat last night with the Priory Society, and it will be coming up here in a little bit.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Possible boner fest for you
sinners,
horn dogs out there. It's pretty awesome. But they're super fun. I mean,
they are.
Podcasting is the best because there's just something about people that podcast coming on other podcasts. Cut through all the bullshit. The conversations just go straight to awesomeness. There's
even the non-podcast people we've talked to have been awesome. But
we've been lucky. But the ones that do podcasts, there's no fuckery. Like there's no fluff.
Yep.
Eros. I mean, there's a couple times where he was like, "Let's get back to the pussy."
Oh, when we would go off on a tangent talking about, or
anything
you guys would.
Else.
Yeah, guns and martial arts or whatever.
Fuck all this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fucking.
And I will let Larry of Drinks with Larry know that we ordered our hat shirt combo.
We did. We've wanted one anyway for a
just
long
before the show.
Yeah,
I wanted to order a pin, but it said coming soon.
We do want a pin.
You
but
fucked me.
We've wanted one for a while. We just now found out that where their merch was sold.
Well, he just created his website this past weekend and got everything all in one place. I mean, he's had merch, but
yeah, Brian though has been beasting in our shirt like
it's glorious,
glorious champion that he is.
I know.
He's been rocking it, and he looks fantastic.
Oh, however, I did see on the website, and maybe it was on the merch site when I went to go buy it, that the description of the show lists everybody except for Stephanie. So that's sexist.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That is some old bullshit.
I almost
Larry.
screenshotted it, and then I was like, nah, maybe it's not Larry's fault. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I like you, Larry.
She's the heart and soul of that show.
She's amazing. Her laugh makes me happy.
Yeah, she's funny too. I love her.
Yeah.
Man. I love their last episode. Aaron and her were talking about how we want to have them on the show because they didn't get to come on.
Oh, and then Daniel and Burton were like, what the fuck?
I know. It's
they're
hilarious.
like, oh, maybe they're going to do like 2 and 2.
Yeah. I mean, they're welcome anytime. I'd love
all
to have
of
Aaron.
them are what
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we thought was happening anyways when we were doing the interview with them the first time. We thought it was
we
going to
didn't know who all was coming.
I mean, it was a great time anyway.
Twosomes is great.
Yes.
That's a good, manageable conversation. Mm-hmm. So, Aaron, Stephanie, whenever y'all want, you're welcome to come on. Mm-hmm. That show is
I was dying laughing
top
at
tier.
The white guy rage scale. You hold your horses, buddy.
They do a great job of keeping the awesome racial jokes awesome instead of being ridiculous. They're great about it because they have a tendency to be like, that's racist.
No,
and it's great. It's
episode
funny.
Today was hilarious as shit. They always are. What else was I gonna say? Oh, so before we get into any Big Brother shit, I know everybody saw me tweet it, and I know everybody probably knows already, and I just have to say it on here that how excited I am that Chris Hardwick is coming back to Talking Dead, and they're gonna restart his talking show as well. So he's not going to be on the season 9 premiere show that's this Sunday, but Fear the Walking Dead comes back next weekend, and he will be hosting The Talking Dead on August 12th. So I'm super duper happy. That petition that I signed and tweeted out and Facebooked out, got like 40,000 signatures instead of like the goal of like was 33,000. She got over 40,000. So
yeah, good for him.
I contributed to Chris Hardwick getting his job back. I'm just gonna.
No, the tides turned on that one pretty quick.
This makes me so happy.
And I mean, it all looks like the truth to me. I mean, none of us still know. None of us were there, but from the facts, what looks real.
And all the people,
right.
well, and all the people come in that are friends with him now, that were friends with him, that have, that just have had working relationships, that were ex-girlfriends, have all come forward and been like, what? This is asinine. So
I agree. So it's refreshing to see that
yes, that's it.
That can still work in your favor when people can give testimonials.
Yes, but Kathy Griffin, so the article came out from multiple sources, like BuzzFeed is the one that I think I got it from. But apparently Kathy Griffin like retweeted the article about him getting his job back and just said, fuck this. And I mean, fuck you, Kathy Griffin. You just get captured for sure.
She is a mess.
And who the fuck are you talking about? Like,
she just thinks she's been blacklisted unfairly, and then
she wasn't blacklisted unfairly.
Well, I mean, I agree. I think she's awful.
Disgusting.
I thought that her whole comedy routine, the way that she based it off other celebrities, for me, I never really got it. Never was really funny to me. But her, it all goes back to her with that beheaded picture of Trump. Which I don't even care about that. What I care more about and why she's blacklisted to me is because she is Andy Dick.
It's Andy Dick in a red wig, pretty much.
She's the same person as Andy Dick. And she's just not funny.
And on a meth bender.
God, and she has murdered her face.
Yeah. I mean, but when I saw that, I was like, what? And then Chris Hardwick's wife replied to that tweet and was like, all of this is just proof that, due process will get you a fair result, whatever. I mean, she was just like so classy about it and was just like, I'm sorry if you're having a hard time finding work, but you should really try to be positive and blah, blah, blah. But it was like a very passive aggressive, kind clapback. Like, I'm going to take the high road over here because I'm fucking Lydia Hearst.
Well, yeah, she acts like that in her posts, and then she posts pictures of her like with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth and shit. She's a total. I know that she obviously is a model. Yeah. She obviously likes the Marlboro Lights. Diet of Red Bull and Marlboro Lights. Have you seen how tiny she is? She's a stick figure. Yeah. And rich.
And married to Chris Hardwick.
Very wealthy.
And I love that.
I wonder if he smokes the cigarillos.
No, he doesn't.
Because
I do. He's my best friend.
I know. Clearly, he does. He is a non-smoker.
I don't think he is.
Not that who gives a shit, but
I don't think
just wondering.
He might have after all this shit, but I don't know. I'm because he's going to come out on Talking Dead, and of course he's going to have to address it in some way.
It'll be very.
I don't think he's going to come out and act like nothing happened.
No, he's going to have a statement that's
he's
prepared.
He's going to have something, and he's going to like thank his fans and all this, and he's going to thank me personally. I think.
Well, I just hope that his mom will return to Twitter.
I know. I hope she does.
Twitter misses her. I miss her. I know
miss
that.
her. I know.
And I messaged her at one point from us. Just talking about our support. Never heard from her. I mean, she just went ghost.
Yeah, she did. Poor thing. We love you, Sharon.
Unfortunate. Need you back.
I know.
In our lives again.
But that made me very happy. Very, very, very happy. And I mean, Elaine, our hopeless optimist fan, listener, not fan. That sounds so fucking retarded.
No, she's our friend. She's an early friend
yes.
too.
She tweeted cold at us immediately and was like, "Did you see this?"
She also tweeted her awesome picture of her in our "I Have a Boner Married AF t-shirt," which is a very early, and that was her favorite. She had the option of the new one, and she told me to go fuck myself.
I don't think we made the new one.
I sent her a picture of it, and I said, "This one's about to come out. Would you like this one?" Or she was like, "The new one is great, but I want the I Have a Boner."
I like that one too, though. It's cool. It's got the little skeletons on it. I like it. But I mean,
you like what you like.
The new, there's just, it's fucking golden, the new shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Golden.
Yeah. Probably the best that there is out there.
Probably the best shirt ever made.
Definitely the best podcast shirt I've ever seen.
Ever made.
In the history of the world. But speaking of that, we have our shots to take.
Oh, fuck. I totally forgot about
And we've got a new one tonight.
So which one do we do first? The new one
Let's
or the
do
yucky?
the new one to see if it makes us throw up. This shot is vodka, raspberry puree. Raspberry puree. No, it's a mixer. It's a raspberry mixer. And hot sauce. And I forget the name of the shot. But
is it anything as good as the leg spreader?
Yeah, it's a good name, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you.
Love you. Oh, I think the hot sauce all settled to the bottom. Whew.
It's hot.
You put a lot of hot sauce in that, love.
Stings the throat, tits. I don't think it touched my throat till the bottom. Stingy.
That's better than the fucking
Tastes better than the
Midori
green
shot,
one.
though.
Like taste wise.
That's why we should have done that one in a second.
All right, well, let's go ahead and down the hatch on the green Tits McGee shot. Suck it. So good.
Oh, God.
It's so good. Ooh, it's a weird mixture, though.
Nothing about that is good.
I like. No, but, yeah, so we can jump into our Big Brother discussion. Mm-hmm. Are there any other shout-outs, though, that we wanted to give? God, no. Brand X. They did finally, Deuce actually talked about us. And,
well, he talked about us and said that he hasn't listened.
He gave us the big old suck me. He's John, which what I love about Deuce.
Uh-huh.
For one, is that he gives two shits about our show. I love that. And
I like his explanation though. He was like, I don't want to fake it and act like I listen.
100%.
Yeah, and I was like, fist bump, Deuce. I mean, he was like, yeah, I'll listen. He said he was going to binge listen like at work or something.
No,
so.
And even if he didn't, I don't care that he listens. I just like Deuce. There's something about him. And it's funny because I sent a tweet out, Deuce for president. And John was like, I know. Even though John's a bigger and we love John.
John
man. Gets all the love. John knows he's a mentor of ours. And yeah, yes. I would go to that guy with any question that we have. And we definitely wouldn't.
Yes, we love you,
We wouldn't
John.
be the number one podcast in the comedy category if it wasn't for John. A lot of that, he is a part of it.
Yeah, the number one podcast in Ackworth, Georgia, for sure.
It's in America. So, John, we love you.
I'm trying to be believable.
Well, you got to fake it before you make it.
I'm too honest.
And then you don't.
Deuce is a fucking walking history book, though.
No, he's a smart guy. That's what I like about him. He knows his shit.
I mean, the shit they were talking about today, for one, I mean, you know me, I was mainly wanting to, like, blow my brains out with a lot of the history and political stuff.
I love it, but I get it, yes.
But,
with you,
however, I do like the way Deuce was explaining some of this stuff, like, very just factual, not fluffy.
Mm-hmm. No, he's a hard
and he's
guy
clearly
to debate.
Yes.
Because you can't, he's facts. That's what I like about him. He just presents the facts.
But I was just so impressed with he was just a fucking encyclopedia. Yeah.
I don't know what Deuce looks like. I picture him being skinny, like a little skinny guy. I have no idea if he is or not.
I assume that just based on the conversations that, like, him and John have had. Because I feel like they've talked about him having, like, ridiculous metabolism or something, like that he just eats whatever the fuck he wants. And yeah. So.
Yeah, well.
Thanks, guys. We love you.
Yeah, one day I do want to have John on here, John and Deuce, if they would like, both of them, but definitely John, just to talk about podcasting in general and some of the stuff he does and offers, because he's a big help for other podcasters out there. He can help with your audio. That's one of his gigs, and he does some really good shows. He does their
Murderish.
Shit. I know.
Is one of them. That's how I found Murderish, is from John.
Yeah. He does a lot of these podcasts, and you wouldn't know about it.
Was it audio? He's
a wizard.
Audio something. I don't. Don't hate me, John.
Yeah, but and Po Boys,
Jody
B. You know, nothing but love for him.
I can't wait for him to talk to.
Yeah, he's got.
Buff.
I mean, we've got him and Drinks with Larry set up with Buff now.
Mm-hmm.
They both got in contact with.
How many other
Wayne.
podcasts has Buff done besides Steve Austin? For fuck's sake,
he's done Chael Sonnen.
Oh God,
Steve
he was
Austin,
on Chael Sonnen and Married
AF. And soon to be Drinks with Larry.
That is
and Po
quite
Boys.
the company that we're having with podcasters. Like,
yeah, well, it's
I just
smart.
love the fact that he was like, yeah, sure. He went from Chael Sonnen and Steve Austin to us.
Yeah, I mean, he's offered to come back. When I saw him a couple weeks ago, he wants to come back and do part 2.
Yeah, he needs to come like sit with us
of his interview, but
we don't have a way to do 3 mics though.
We could share one again.
Yeah.
Let him have one.
Yeah,
but there's no interviewing Mark. You just one of us would say a topic and leave him alone.
I know, and that's what we keep telling, because I know Larry's been like nervous to reach out. I'm like, dude, he's the nicest guy ever.
Larry would do great with him,
and especially get all his knowledge. Like Larry and Brian both, like all their knowledge about wrestling and shit. I mean, like that's where, like, even if they get nervous, they've got so much, and all they got to do is ask him like one question, and then Mark just goes.
Well, that's why it's perfect for Mark or Buff to do Drinks with Larry and Po Boys, because it's two totally different interview styles. You're gonna have Jody over here, who knows some wrestling. He liked old school wrestling, but he's gonna hit him up on the gritty.
Yeah, he's
dirty,
not gonna really
dirt.
probably want to talk about much wrestling stuff.
Oh no, he's gonna want to talk about the fucking
all the
partying,
the road
drugs,
life, yeah,
and that a lot of people want to know.
Right.
And then Larry and Brian, they're so knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. They're gonna go have a lot of specific, I'm sure, questions about that are wrestling related, and
which tons of people want to fucking listen to. It's amazing to me, all the wrestling podcasts. And I did want to mention, so our one hater, I was wrong about the looking him up. The person I looked up with all letters, that was a good review. Like, I was just trying to see, because it's usually just all our friends that give us good reviews. Mm-hmm. Which we totally appreciate. We love you guys. But our one guy that gave us the Uneducated Republicans 1-star review, I looked up his ID. He's left a bunch of like good reviews on like a bunch of wrestling podcasts and shit.
Oh.
And like dude podcasts. He's like a dude's dude. It, like, literally you Google his username and it's like, but just a bunch of podcast reviews come up. It's weird.
Oh, cool.
And then more like the one that he did not like, which I think is hilarious.
I mean, I appreciate the one.
I like it.
It's clear and defined. We've got all the other reviews are 5-star reviews, and then the 1-star.
Yeah, I love
like
it. But we still have a 5-star rating in Apple Podcasts because
the percentages.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, I wish more people would review. That is the new thing.
Yeah.
Clearly,
so remember to go.
But for fuck's sake, man!
If you haven't
more than
yet,
20 of you dicks listen. We see it. We know it. So it's no bullshit.
If you haven't
You're fucking us.
You don't have. I mean, if you don't listen on Apple, you can review us on Google or Stitcher or Spotify or Podbean. Can you rate and review on Podbean?
I'm sure.
Do it on Spotify and Stitcher and Google Play. I know you guys know how. And
yeah, Patrick Motherway, Dr. Muddington. I don't see a review from you yet. Where is it at, sir? You're a staple of this show. I thought it was funny that Melissa knew when we asked her a question. We told her about Dr. Mudd. She's like, "Oh, I'm very familiar with Dr. Muddington."
Well, she clearly listens.
Of course, I know, but it's great to know that Patrick's such a accepted part of the show.
Well, he is. He's
Dr.
like
Dr. Muddington.
He's like the third co-host.
Oh, definitely. If one of us fell off, he would be first alternate.
Do we have what I wanted to do when, because I know didn't he send you like a video that just has his son singing in the car?
Yeah, he sent over some, because he sent over a couple of the questions that we asked on this interview.
Right.
And his requirement was, and you better play my
I was
kid
going to,
crying.
like, while they're
singing in the
while they're
background.
talking, I was going to like pull it up, but I don't have it on
no, but it was
our
super
Dropbox,
cute.
but yeah. That
See,
was my favorite
that's how
part
you
of
steer
listening.
into controversy. You just knock that shit out. He said, look, y'all shut the fuck up. I had someone driving for me.
I knew he wasn't driving.
Of course, me too.
I thought it was his wife driving, though, so I was like, that is hilarious.
No, man, I love that guy.
God, yes.
He's a winner
His kids,
in every category.
His kid's going to be cool.
Even his partial finger. He has posted that on Twitter. If everyone hasn't seen, go see at Dr. Muddington.
Him and Jody were like battling their nubs because Jody's got...
Dr. Muddington loses that.
Oh, for sure. Well, because not only does Jody have fingers missing, he's got his jaw, like, yeah.
Dude, that guy's an animal. No one wins. You win,
Jody.
No one beats Jody.
Yeah. If you're trying to have a contest of who has the worst scar.
The coolest scar.
The coolest injury or scar, yeah, you all lose. And Jody, I guess, wins? Yeah.
Yes, he wins. Yeah. For God's sakes.
Yeah, you're a winner, for sure.
Fucker took a damn bullet to the cranium and said, fuck you.
I know.
Crazy. I can't believe it hasn't hindered. He speaks so fucking well. That's so medically miraculous.
For sure. There's nothing that you can hear in his speech.
No, he sounds 1,000 times better than me. I have an awful radio voice. He has a great radio voice.
He doesn't even sound like he has a giant dip in his mouth like you do.
No. Absolutely not.
Because you do have a giant dip in your mouth.
Well, of course I do. But I also don't have I don't care. This is our show. I can sound like... I know. My voice is my voice.
I'm just fucking with you. I love your voice.
No. You just made it clear that you hate my voice.
I never said anything about your voice. It just sounds like you have a dip in your mouth. I didn't say anything about your voice. The quality of it. Well, nothing.
It's terrible. You have a great radio voice and
whatever.
I know that's
you
fine.
Do. Oh my God.
Stop.
Stupid.
Quit. Hopefully you guys did see also our video announcement of coming out of retirement for bowling. You need to watch that.
We are so good. And when I may say we, I mean Randall, and I do okay.
No, it's a funny ass video. But that is a real thing. We're going to start back bowling for the first time in 5 years.
I guess we're going to be bringing Gunnar with us.
We're quality bowlers. We can see if we have to bring him, he's old enough to bring him, or we can see if Jordan wants to get paid and babysit on some Friday. She has her driver's license. She's more than qualified, and we will pay handsomely. So it's up to her.
We can convince her to miss a few high school Friday night football games.
How bad do you want to make money? It's up to her. If the game's more important, go to the game.
She's
a very hard-working.
She's responsible.
Yes.
Yeah.
All that.
We'll see.
Agreed. But, I expect us to be back dominating quickly. I don't think it'll be a long transition back to our position at the top in bowling. Should be quick.
Here's my prediction for my average when we get back. We're going to have to pay our sanction fees, too, by the way, before we start back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Those are many, many, many years expired. But my prediction is my average is going to be a solid 115 again.
No, I don't.
I think so.
No, that's ridiculous.
You'll be right at 200 probably, and I'll be in the shit turds again. Which, if they have the bins over average tournament again, hey, maybe I enter it.
I don't know if they still... AMF's been in so much trouble financially since then. I don't think they put it on anymore. That was a pretty big cost that they were investing in that tournament. They were flying all y'all out and
I know.
All that cool shit.
That was one of the coolest experiences of my life.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed going and watching. It was some legit shit at the Orleans.
And didn't you get to fly out there? Like my dad had frequent flyer like back then. We didn't have to pay for your ticket because my dad had a bunch of frequent flyer miles. I mean, this was 6 or 7 years ago. It just came up on my fucking
I don't know.
Time hop the other day.
Somehow, yeah. But I flew out like a half a day after you and met you up there, or a day.
It was the same day, but it was way later that day. Yeah, and yeah. Either way, and for the most part, everything was.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Paper. I got blackout drunk and almost. I think you said I walked out in the middle of traffic at the Vegas Strip. I mean, what's better than that? I barely
remember. It was a lot of drinks there at that time. But
yes.
So let's go ahead and dive into this, Big Brother, and knock this out, and then we'll start up what everybody really gives a shit about, and that's the swingers. Mm-hmm. People want to hear it.
All right, Big Brother. Caitlin got evicted. All right, bye.
Yeah, Caitlin got evicted. So easiest puzzle I've ever seen.
How fucking bad did she choke? My God.
That is if you watch that back, that is the definition of choking.
I was like, she
just couldn't do it. She got so flustered.
Yes.
She could not finish that puzzle.
She was flustered the second she walked in that room. She was like, I'm going to do this. I was like, oh my God, she was shaking. Toast.
She wasted half of the time
just yelling.
Once she was inside the
yelling
box,
at herself.
Trying to decide if she quit or not.
Yes.
Half of the time was lost.
Yes. She's the worst. But like, my favorite part about the episode last night was she was like, I just want to, I'm ready to see my boyfriend. I want to be like, huh? What boyfriend? Didn't he fucking dump your ass because you're up Fessie's?
Yeah, that was going to be an awkward reunion.
Yeah. But then, because she was like, he's just everything I'm not, and blah, 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 blah. And then JC's like, oh, he's you're Jin and Jang. And then her and Rachel trying to get him to say yin and yang, and it was adorable. He's like, Jin and Jang. Right. Got it.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
No, I'm a big fan of this season's cast. Despite, the few that I don't think are the best players, the cast overall, I really like it.
Overall, yes. It's definitely way better than last season. Last season
was garbage cans.
Oh my God. They were all worthless, pretty much. Yeah. I liked Cody and Jessica.
And Paul.
Because
despite everybody hating on Paul, Paul's a fucking great player.
He was the only one.
He's one of the best.
He was the only one playing the game last year.
People forget in his first season,
Cody hated every second being there.
He kept himself from eviction the first solid 5 weeks.
He was on the block
his first season
4 or 5 times first season.
And survived. The dude is one of the best that's ever played. He's in the conversation
for sure. I love him,
and he gets overlooked because he's, been the bridesmaid twice.
Poor guy.
You know what? Jim Kelly was the bridesmaid 4 times. Went to 4 Super Bowls. Never won.
There you go.
He's still a champion and a Hall of Famer.
Well, and Paul is going to be fine.
His music's terrible.
No. He's never going to struggle. He wouldn't have even if he went on Big Brother.
No, his family does well.
And now he's been on Big Brother, and he's just
he's got his Dead Skull clothing line.
Right.
But when I say his music's terrible, it's terrible for me. It's not my type of music. I'm sure there are people that like it, but
they get all kind of endorsements and shit, and they make bank after doing Big Brother for.
Well, most of them take from Big Brother and go on other. Now the goal is to jump reality show to reality show.
Yeah.
Like
Jess and Cody won Amazing Race.
Yeah, and Paulie Caliafori or whatever his name is, he's on MTV's Revenge or whatever.
And Natalie.
With Natalie.
The one that fucked James over.
Yeah. So people just want to jump to other ones.
Yeah. Which, why not? Why wouldn't you? I would.
But so what's the only thing that's changed in my opinion this week, and we're kind of updating it every week, is it's clear cut how much better it is for Bailey's game that Chris is gone.
God, yes.
I know
the second he was gone.
Boyfriend and I hope that they do well outside of the house and they're happy and all that for sure. But her game, nothing could have been better because she's getting better. She's played great.
Well, no, that's why I like her too. Because the second he was gone, most girls would be just boo-hooing for days and days and days, and then bitch, get out of here. She was immediately the second he's gone. She
said game on,
playing the fucking game, and so I was like, yes, girl. Get your fucking money. She's been doing great. But, are we doing spoiler alerts?
No, I think we can just leave it.
Okay.
We'll stay up to date with everybody and I don't want to ruin it for people anymore. I feel kind of, now that we're getting into the meat of this season.
Yeah. How many are left now?
I don't know. There's plenty. There's
so many.
Yeah.
But what's funny is there's so many, and we're about to be in August. There's a month left,
but
right?
now it's starting to get to where
we're going to start seeing double eviction soon.
It's personal to them. They cry like a motherfucker. It's not.
I want to see they ran out of time last night. We didn't get to see the bye-bye videos for Caitlyn. We need to go.
Brutal. They may have been too mean to air too.
I bet they're on CBS.com. But Fessy, poor sweet Fessy.
That's what happens. Guys, real world shit, Like, I know this is as much of a reality show as it can be. When you get two women that like you, and you try to still keep them around, even though he never messed around with Caitlyn.
No, but that is exactly the way you would have acted, because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
100%. That's how he. And I felt bad for him.
Yes,
because he was legitimately.
Yes,
it's not fair how bad he felt.
Yes,
I hate that because it's a game, but
just fucking be honest.
He put himself in the spot, and the power of the puss.
He's not.
Overrules because he actually wants Haley.
Yes, but why couldn't he just be honest with Caitlyn?
Agreed, but I'm saying what ultimately won out was the one that he wants to shag.
But like that's what I just wanted to grab him and shake him, like because Caitlyn could see it all over his face, like.
But he can't because it could ruin. Because what if she comes back?
I know.
So,
but
it is a tough spot for him.
He got himself in that situation, but I just like.
Oh, he would never do it again.
Is
so lesson learned.
Bless his heart. I just wanted to give him a big old hug, like, oh, you big sweet boy, like, because he really cares about Caitlyn.
He cares about them all. I'll give one thing I like about.
He's such a sweetie.
Fessel is that he does seem like a genuine nice dude. Yes. He's a big oak, and that can be. You wouldn't expect that, but he's one of the more like sensitive, nice guys.
Well, and for the most part, what I've found over the years is those guys are usually the most sensitive and sweet.
Oh, 100%.
And so he fits right in with all the other big guys I know. Hint, hint.
He's super sweetie.
And so
I like him a lot. He grows on me every episode.
I just want to give him, because he genuinely, like, when he's talking game with other people and like.
He's not smart enough is what I like. He's not smart enough to be manipulative.
Right.
And he's a nice guy.
Genuine, yeah.
That it makes you root for him.
I know, but the perfect example is like when they were talking about who flipped when evicting Swaggy, and he was like, when Rockstar said something about Scotty, and he's like, but no, he was wearing a Swaggy C shirt. Mm-hmm. It's impossible that he did. I'm like, oh, you sweet baby. Mm-hmm. Angel.
No, he definitely is
just naive.
Yeah, but he does have a plan.
And he can turn on that. I mean,
his strategy,
when he wants to,
which is smart, is he's playing, and a lot of people have played this way. Win the veto. He's won 2 vetoes because you control the house. If you're the constant veto, Paul did that a lot.
Yes,
Paul won a ton of vetoes.
He did.
You really run the house if you win the veto.
Yeah,
that you can let HOH sound all that you want, but at the end of the day, if you win the majority of the POVs you play in. You decide who goes home, and you don't have blood on your hands either. Agreed. And that's his strategy. I think he lays in the cut, knows he can turn it on and win certain comps, and he's smart in saying, "Well, then the comps I'm gonna win are gonna be the POVs." Mm-hmm. So he's not all the way dumb. I just think game wise, he's not like a huge Big Brother buff like Tyler. Right. Tyler is a closet super fan. But, I mean, he's been keeping it under wraps. Oh, yeah, but he is a super, super, super fan. Yeah. I didn't know who the fuck Rachel was. I knew of her because of she's one of the best. Well, because of what you have said. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch those seasons. I didn't start watching until, what was it, 16? 17? Yeah. But, yeah. So, I've still got Tyler. I still love him. He's still hanging in there. He's fine. He's still got his power app that's out there for... He hasn't had to use that up yet, so. Yep. Till that's gone, he's not in any real danger. He's always got a week to diffuse if he does become like the hot target, which is smart. I expect, and again, we don't know anything. We're not caught up on After Dark at this point. We'll probably watch it tonight. But I'm going to bed tonight. I totally expect that if the Bailey side of the house wins the HOH, that they'll somehow, they're going to target Brett. The sides of the house to me are a little fuzzy. They're getting you have Rockstar trying to form an all-girl thing. There's clear one-on-one. Well, there's the 6. But like Rockstar, Brett hate each other. There's clear, but then there's like Tyler, Sam, JC. Well, that's the sub-alliances. Bailey. That's every year. Yeah, they're all kind of in the middle. It starts to morph, and right now is the point of the game where those will start breaking and fracturing into who will go to the end. I think Bailey's kind of in the middle, too. Bailey's smart. She's playing great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she could easily, split, and I'm sure she's forming that
Yeah.
plan A, B, and C, but Rockstar, in my opinion, is the next one needs to go till she proves she can win something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No, I think it was definitely smart of them to get Caitlyn out last night. She's
too much of a
crazy
of
pants.
a time bomb. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she could flip on both sides of the house.
and
She's
you don't-
obviously not loyal to either.
No, and you don't want her in jury.
No, absolutely not, because it is going to be personal.
For sure. She is not ever going to take into account, she is...
Well, they told her the only person that voted to keep her was JC. So if Tyler or Fessel win,
Right,
never.
'cause
She wouldn't give either of them their vote.
She was like, do
She
you
was
know who the
shocked.
one voted? She was like, Tyler. And Julie was like, no, bitch.
And then she said, Fessy?
Fessy? No, fuck.
No.
Are you fucking kidding me? No.
No, never
I
chance.
love Julie Chen. She's like, are you, what? No.
Yeah, have you heard the new controversy with her husband?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What? He's like the CEO of NBC.
of
or
CBS.
Whatever the fuck channel this is on.
He just acknowledged a bunch of sexual allegations against him as being true from the 90s. That it's a whole mess. I mean, he acknowledged parts of them and blah, blah, blah.
This is my shocked face.
But he is, that's a big time motherfucker. I mean,
no shit.
Head of CBS, and his wife is Big Brother, and
the Talk or whatever. She's only 3 shows on CBS. They've been together forever, but
But she released a statement.
Somebody in that much power at a
just
network.
a little bit ago, and she
surprising.
said that she supports her husband. He is a family man. She 100%. But in his statement, he admitted that he did do some of the things.
Isn't he like 100 now? He'll die
68.
soon. Oh, I thought he was way older than that.
Well, compared to Julie Chen, who's probably, 45?
Yeah, and they have like a young child, but still.
But, yeah, so Big Brother
God
wise.
damn it. I hate that for Julie Chen, though, because she's...
That's pretty much it. That's the only changes. I think really the people that are stepping up their game are Bailey and...
We didn't get to see any of the HOH competition because they ran out of time because of Caitlin's stupid fucking...
attempt to come back in the house.
Bonus life fail.
The thing is, had they evicted Rockstar, I think she would have gotten that puzzle together and would have gotten back in the house.
I agree.
She was just too flustered. She was too emotional.
She is way too emotional. Rockstar actually is like
she would have just been pissed.
Yes.
And would have gotten the puzzle together.
Probably.
It was literally like 7 pieces.
Right. I was like, what is wrong with you? This is easiest challenge ever. Gunnar could do that.
She was broke. She broke. She just broke.
And she's one of those girls that like is so used to just and having people do shit for her because she's just
But you have to remember, it's for the highest good.
It's for the highest good.
That's all she ever said,
and it's
was the highest good.
Mm-hmm. She's a fucking weirdo.
I'm glad she's gone, though, personally. I mean, as a Big Brother, I wish her well in life, but as a Big Brother player, she's subpar.
She's just, like you said, she's too emotional.
Yeah.
I like the girls that come in there and that are fucking stone cold killers, like Bailey.
Well, I think Bailey's just smart.
Yeah.
She's just playing smart. And
Casey,
again,
just laying back in the
smart.
cut.
Casey.
Yeah.
Really, all the girls. Rachel's playing smart.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey's playing smart. Casey.
Sam's being a little bit ruthless.
Sam's being tough.
When her HOH was a little bit ruthless. I liked it.
Ruthless.
I liked it, though. I liked her.
It set a precedent. I mean, one thing that I think her angle, and she'll play it out till she leaves, is I've always been honest. Mm-hmm. And she has. But that's never really worked, except for really, you could say it worked with Dr. Will because he was honest about the fact that he was going to lie to everyone. He flat out told everybody from the jump, I'm going to lie to every one of your faces. So when he did, you should tell him the truth because he'd already told you he was going to lie to you.
Yeah, it was like kind of like the other side of the coin from Sam, because he was like, send me home, I hate your faces, y'all are all fucking stupid, like and then they'd be like, oh, you're silly, and keep him. But like Sam's just more like brutally like real honest.
Well,
like,
she's dropping some of that southern
yes,
southern charm on thick.
I know. I forget that Virginia's southern. I used to give Becca shit for this. I mean, like, I'm like, really? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I like Sam. I don't think she'll last too long. She'll definitely end up pissing off one of these girls that are a little more game smart, and they'll take her out.
Yeah.
They'll remember that how she talked to the 2 other girls and put up 2 women, didn't even put up a guy. Like, women are smart. They bank all that shit. Yeah. I think, honestly,
I don't disagree with who she put up.
No, I mean, I just think that this year it's definitely going to be a woman that wins. I do. I mean, my front runner's Casey, but I can't put Bailey out.
Bailey's climbing up the ranks for me for sure.
Angela can still win comps. Rachel hadn't won a damn thing yet.
She is.
I don't know if she's trying or if she's in just not trying, but she hasn't won a damn thing.
I've still got Tyler up. I mean, I'm still.
He's a good choice. I just feel like the girls, if they're smart with the numbers and their gameplay, and I think they will, they're going to start picking off guys. And we'll see.
I think
I still like Casey, and I love the fact that all the other girls in the house have a crush on Casey. They've talked about it.
Yeah, so they're like, what Caitlin was like, she makes me question my sexuality. Which, she's fucking gorgeous.
I think she's super
got
cute.
Abs for days.
Yeah, she's just nice.
And
other than all that, she's not. She's not mean or rude. She's just super nice. I would hang out with her.
Yep.
So she's still my pick. So there you go. That's Big Brother with no spoilers.
You don't know how hard that is. I'm so proud of you. Not that we know that much, but we know something. But still, I'm proud of you.
I want to try to be fair to everyone and not ruin their lives.
We'll see that Sunday, I guess, huh?
Yep. We will. We will see who's HOH and who they nominate.
Yeah. So are you ready to get out of here and let everybody listen to...
Yeah, it's time to
Priory Society.
Wrap up our shit and bring on the damn fuck machines.
All right, I'm sure
you'll hear that right off the bat when they talk about their trip. They are fuck machines.
They are fresh off a Hotel Takeover.
They are fresh off of fucking.
They're a little sore.
They gonna take it.
I know, it's impressive. It's a lot of fucking.
No, but here, without further ado, our friends, Priory Society. Look, man.
Enjoy. Hello.
Hey. Hi.
How are you guys?
Hey, good to be back with you guys, man.
Absolutely. We're stoked.
Yeah, oh, man, this is exciting. And we're getting our drinks over here, Jack and Coke.
Fuck yeah.
Well, not Jack. I think it's Jim Beam. I ran out of Maker's Mark. So.
Oh, for shame.
Yeah, we've got ours ready. We've actually got a double.
With your green drink?
Yeah, we're still trying to kill that one bottle of Midori that we got.
We're almost done with it, though.
Was it one of those 1.75 liter, the huge one?
Yeah, it's pretty damn huge.
He went all in on that. He's like, this is going to be great.
On low, sweetie. My lady doesn't have her headphones on just yet, but she's coming right now.
Awesome.
So now we can talk all the shit about her that we want. I'm just kidding.
Now you can. Now you have to watch your words because she has firearms near her right now. You're fine. You're a ways away. She can't do anything. Me, she can slap.
I would never.
Hey, I think it's awesome. I saw all the stuff you guys had posted about Isis and her tactical experience, and that you guys are both into guns. We're gonna kind of touch on that tonight too, because that's a common interest that we share. As in me and you two. Brooke's kind of starting to get into guns, but
I mean,
do it, Brooke.
I know. Well, I realize that my fear is. I mean, it's only gonna. It's just stupid. It's just because I don't know anything, like, so I know if I learn how to use them, but like I literally get like almost shaky. Like when we went to the gun range last time.
She shoots very well though. I mean, she outshot me. And I was like, of course, like,
because I'm going to follow the damn instructions exactly what you tell me to do.
Great.
Well, women usually are much better shots than
right, because we're more patient and like take our time to.
There's no ego.
Yeah.
Getting in the way, so.
Yeah, we're just big sacks of shit. It's true. Oh, y'all ready to rock? We'll go ahead and start. We're not recording yet, but we'll go ahead and start.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, shit, we are. Well, cool. Well, then fuck it.
Oh, shit. I was about to ask you how you want it to flow and what are the big topics, but hey, man.
We're just
Well, we got. I mean, I don't even honestly.
I mean, I
don't know if we can get to all the questions again or not. I mean, they just poured in. It's ridiculous, but it is. I mean, I would think that's pretty flattering. The engagement level with our first episode with you guys was so high.
Amazing.
And it was
very cool.
very respectful. I mean, I thought it was eye-opening. So this first drink, we're going to cheers to you guys. Thank you for the first episode and for coming back.
Cheers.
Thank you, married as fuck. Yeah.
Thanks for having us back.
Yucky.
Still yucky, but not quite as yucky.
It tastes like cough syrup.
There is cough syrup in that one or something.
Some NyQuil.
You refilled it.
That's exactly what it tastes like. We're super low on vodka, so Randall's like, we had to do 2 shots because there's not enough vodka, so to get enough booze.
No, there was too much vodka, but not enough to make like a whole nother night. So I just made us both a shot and a half. So we've got another
you
small one
explained
to
it to
take.
me wrong then. I thought you were saying, yeah.
But everybody, welcome. We're glad to have Eros and Isis back with us.
Good to be back with
Hey
you guys.
Incredible. I know that you guys are just getting home from quite the excursion, right? You guys went to a what was it called? Like was it a convention or what do you guys call those? Gatherings?
Yeah, it was a Hotel Takeover party, and it was done by Plush Parties called the Summer Soiree out in Palm Springs. And we actually we were recording little audio snippets while we were there because we're going to post a review on it on our podcast. So
Nice.
yeah, it's basically
It's
3
basically
days.
a fuck fest.
Yeah.
Are you
That's
sore
That's
in all the
scientific name.
Yeah. So how'd we do if when I say we're living through you guys.
Oh,
How did we do if we're scoring, on a 10-point must system?
You mean did we fuck other couples while we were there?
Yeah, how would you score your grade? You guys, 9 out of 10, you feel like, better than that? Was it a
100% would be a new couple a day.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so we're at a solid 100%.
what?
You guys are just
Nice.
So let me tell you guys how this flows. Okay, so it's a 3-day takeover. An organizer puts up a deposit. They reserve an entire hotel, over 200 rooms. They advertise heavily, and these are regional, so these happen all over the place. I'm sure you have some near you.
Probably.
All right. This was a DoubleTree, beautiful pool area on a golf resort.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, couples from all over the place flew in or drove in. They brought their coolers. You can always tell swingers. They roll into a hotel with some coolers,
So
1 or 2
funny.
or 3 coolers, right? Full of beer, full of booze. And of course, that's us. And then everyone's there because they're open-minded. They're either in a poly relationship, they're swingers, we met a couple that has been in the lifestyle for 9 years, has never done anything with anybody.
Yeah.
They just love the environment. They love to flirt. They love to hang out all
And
day.
they didn't do
smile at
anything this
people, and they
weekend
hard to
either?
get.
well, maybe it just turns them on and then they go and fuck each other's brains out.
Hey.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
And I love it. I love that because they never have to do anything. And just like we said before when we were with you guys on the previous episode, the lifestyle is such a cool place that allows you to be yourself, allows your soul to shine through, your spirit to shine through. You basically, the women reclaim their femininity, their divine goddess power, because they are the power in the lifestyle. They decide whether anything's going to happen at all.
Yeah.
And then the men, you can have great conversations with other men and you're never going to get in trouble because everyone's an adult. There's no politically correct thing there. But again, the people are there. The people that are in the lifestyle that are swingers are there to hook up, are there to link up, and they find each other on the websites. They flirt with each other,
Yeah.
communicate, and then by the time you get there, they have pool parties during the day and then nighttime parties, theme parties.
Yeah.
And so that allows people to break the ice, costume play. People get really into it. And oh yeah, man. So we can talk about that. We can get specific if you like, but I understand you have some questions there. So we do want to make sure that we respect your listeners and give them the answers they're looking for.
Yeah, we've got a shit ton, but I've got a 2-parter, and then we'll go straight into the listener questions that just spawned off of what you guys said.
Sure.
So it's interesting to me. You're talking about like when the guys are talking, right? And does it ever get to a point to where like you could be having a legitimate conversation with a fellow swinger couple, and you and another woman's husband are sitting there talking, and you're like, hey man, if this works out, my wife does not like get from the back. I'm just going to tell you, or anything like that. Like, or maybe, she's not at her best when she's here. You want her here. This is the money spots.
Yes.
Sure.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, these conversations are going on with the ladies. Yeah, I'll answer
Absolutely.
the guy's perspective, but sweetie, tell him the type of conversations you're having with the ladies typically.
Oh, sure. I am always trying to develop a rapport with the women because we make the decision on if play is going to happen, how far it's going to go, because we're the goddesses. We have the ultimate power. And I love talking to the ladies, and I'm finding out, hey, is she attracted to my husband? Is she down to fuck? Because we need to know what kind of play level their relationship is at. Are they full swap? Are they soft swap?
Are they just a flirty date couple? They just like the environments.
Yeah.
You have to know that up front before you invest a bunch of time.
Right. So I'm asking the woman, hey, are you attracted to my husband? Could you see yourself doing stuff with him when it comes to playtime? And when she says yes, and then I kind of give my husband the signal that it's a go.
The thumbs up.
There's like a hand signal. I mean, y'all should just do like, if the hotel takeover, you should do like name tags that say like full swap. Like,
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I know.
that would make it so much easier to identify. Like, we're just here to chill.
But
like,
I would assume though that the figuring it out is kind of part of the
foreplay.
foreplay, right? Kind of.
It's part of the fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then I would definitely ask a question about, hey, what are your boundaries?
Yeah.
What is totally off limits? Are there anything that you want to happen? Is there anything that you want to happen tonight? Is there a certain position or fantasy that you want to fulfill? That kind of stuff. So those questions will come up in the conversation.
Yeah. And then on the same note, when my lady's asking about fantasies, she's also trying to ascertain, is there a fantasy that they've been trying to fulfill that maybe we can help with? Because maybe they've been with couples who are maybe a little rigid or maybe not as fun, and maybe they want to just play something out, and we could be that couple for them, right? Well, we play pin the penis on the pussy. That's a very special game that happens at these events.
It's an old, classic childhood game.
Of course.
I think we just found the game we're going to play at Randall's birthday party.
I think everyone's played that game. But if y'all want to explain it, I just want to make sure y'all know how to play it right.
Yeah, well, to pin the tail on the donkey, you blindfold someone. This one, you actually want to have your eyes open, and all you do is you just approach the pussy very carefully, and you just lay your penis right on it, and then let the lady guide it and do stuff.
That is glorious. That's exactly how we play, by the way. That's exactly what I thought.
That is correct.
Awesome. Well, I want to jump into our questions because we had such a large volume that came in, and this kind of goes into where we started chatting about it. So you're both into guns and swinging. Which is the bigger adrenaline rush?
Oh my God, that's a tough question. Okay. It's just, oh man.
Let me say something before you go.
Start,
no,
please.
because I saw your face already. So my lady, not only does she love a man in uniform,
Oh my God.
and I'm not talking about like a Taco Bell uniform, all right? I'm talking about she loves the heroes, right? That type of uniform.
Yes.
So check this out.
I
We're at a
understand.
pinch, right? Yeah. It's a
Oh,
lady,
yeah.
It's a lady thing. And she's surrounded by these badass motherfuckers, right? Operator types, military types, contractors, law enforcement, whatever.
Yeah.
And that paired with the fact that she's open about it, and she loves men, and she loves a rugged man. So you can just imagine at the shooting range when we're taking a class with a bunch of bad motherfuckers.
Right.
She's in heaven, man.
Oh my
She loves it, right?
Ecstasy. Yes.
Well, that's mixing both of your worlds.
I was just about to say it's kind of combining everything right there. So that seems like heaven for you.
Well, same here. I mean,
That's my happy place.
we met a couple from Utah this weekend, a very classy couple. They're into guns. They just won a special lottery to go hunting, a special
Longhorn or
something.
Yeah.
It comes around every a 25-year waiting list for this hunting permit.
Yeah.
And so they're talking about how they're going to use a special gun that's $9 a round.
Right.
And the lady's talking about, I have my CCW and this beautiful white girl, hard body. And we were just chatting after we had sex. We're sitting there, we're cuddling.
Yeah.
And she's talking to me about the gun she's going to be holding, her everyday carry gun, and we're comparing notes.
Right.
And I'm sitting there thinking, man, I'm not so much into polyamory, but I'm falling in love with this woman.
I know.
That's crazy. But out in
You're like, we
you
need to
guys
just
are
be
in
a family.
California, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the gun laws there are pretty nasty, right?
They're nuts. The people
They
here
suck.
are nuts.
Yeah. I mean, we're down here in Georgia.
Come
we can
on
do
down
it.
to Georgia.
We can build cannons and shit. And
Well, we got
The cops hope you have. They want us armed down here in Georgia, and I love it.
Well, we were just recently, and within the past 5 years, got the open carry.
Yeah, but I mean, it's encouraged here to arm yourself.
Right, kind of like Texas.
Yeah, it's a
Very.
I love it.
But so that brings me. So how would you explain that as far as which one's the rush?
Wait, so I think my husband did a beautiful job of kind of answering how I feel about both. There's a very fine balance for me between shooting a gun, being out on the range, being able to protect myself and my family.
It's very empowering.
It absolutely is. And I felt very strongly about my skills with firearms before we ever got in the lifestyle. So that was kind of like my first love. But now swinging, they're really equal.
Yeah, if we go to a class to shoot, we'll find sexy couples in the area to hang out with afterwards.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's like the foreplay.
So it's like an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
It really
It's
is.
oysters for you, Isis, is what you're saying.
Bullets.
Guns are your oysters. Hey, that's awesome. I mean, I totally get it. I think for anybody, any couple, I encourage to learn how to, operate a firearm safely together, because it is a very sexually charged thing when you're, if you do it as a couple. It really is. I think for anybody it would be.
I think if you have each other's back and you know that you can protect the love of your life, whether you're the husband or the wife, or if there's a couple out there that's man and man or woman and woman, your partner, you love your partner and you're there for them. I think it's a beautiful thing that allows your relationship to up level slightly, because you're not that person who's going to reach for a frying pan or a golf club when you hear a noise downstairs. You're each going to reach for a firearm, and one person's going to reach maybe for an AR or a shotgun. Someone's going to have a pistol. So, pistols are secondary weapon systems, right? So you're going to need to reach for a long gun of some type, and your secondary is going to be on your waistband someplace, and that's going to be your handgun.
Yep.
Usually in any encounter. And guys listening in that are into guns, they totally understand that.
Yeah, you guys get it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I've got my AR-15. That's what I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab that or my shotgun.
Yes.
Before I grab my pistol.
Yeah, once I get comfortable, like shooting
the
it.
universal sound of, dude, you are in the wrong house, motherfucker. Is the shot.
Oh, my shotgun would make anyone's asshole pucker.
Yeah, my dad. We got it from my dad because it damn near broke his shoulder. My dad's 78 years old now, and I shot it at the range, and my shoulder was sore the next day. It was like,
it blew her back. I mean, it shoots a flame. Wow. I mean, it's a beast. I love it.
It threw me back like 3 steps. Like I was like, you were standing behind me, like, don't fall down.
Yeah, I mean, it
sounds awesome.
I love it, but in California, isn't I could talk about guns forever, but isn't it illegal?
This is where we got that bad review.
An AR-15 in California? Like, there's a stipulation, right, of what makes an AR-15, isn't it? If there's like a forward handle or some shit, there's a way around it or something.
Yeah, they have tried to put in regulations that regulate the magazine size, the capacity. So what we call standard capacity is a typical PMag, Magpul PMag, which holds 28 rounds comfortably, 30 rounds, 5.56 or 223. And in California, they want to hold you to 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Which, look, you can still have pre-ban old mags, and a lot of people do. And they have a ton of them. You can have, 100 magazines that are the standard ones from a while back, pre-ban, and you're fine. And, as long as they look worn and old, you could still buy that. Now, what we went out and did is because, I teach business startups, so I taught a lot of shooting instructors how to set up their corporations and stuff, and how to get, government grants, and how to do business with the government and train tactical teams and things like that. We were invited to a lot of shooting classes with these guys. And so in order to access the law enforcement only classes, we had to go out and get our guard cards, right? So we had to become quote unquote law enforcement, not sworn, but so we went out and did that. And of course we have concealed carry permits. So we're in every damn database, and we're allowed to carry everywhere except, of course, like courthouses and places like that, typical places. But yeah, I mean, there's ways around all that. They have tried to do it, but our primary state of residence is in Nevada. That's where we live over half the year. That's where we file taxes, all that stuff, and it's in Nevada.
Oh, well, then you're golden there.
Oh, we're good now.
Yeah.
We're good. We have anything.
Beautiful. All right. Well, that was a fun question.
I know. You can talk about.
I love that. And, and of course, your listeners are like, get to the pussy.
Well, no, I mean, I got a lot of the. I mean, it's crazy, but a lot of my buddies, and I've got friends that aren't into guns, and that's fine. I care less either way.
We know Jim will like that discussion.
But
my
brother-in-law, he's big into guns.
He used to manage a gun store and gun range.
Nice.
Yeah,
guns are the way to my pussy.
Well, Jimbo will love to know that. That was his. Well, now I don't have to ask his question because that was his.
He wanted to know.
All right. Well, what's your question, baby? Your next one.
Oh, I'm not. Okay. So how often do you just see a couple and know that they are down, and have you ever been wrong?
Oh, so gosh, now we're talking like percentages. Well,
it depends on where you hunt.
Exactly.
So we'll go hunting. There's couples that love to hunt in vanilla environments at regular nightclubs,
right?
Where we avoid those places. Like we'll go into a nightclub.
We hardly go those.
We'll go into a swing club. And we know that the percentages, you could throw a rock at somebody. That's a full swap couple, right? Whoever you'll hit. But if you're out in vanilla environments, there's ways that you can tell whether someone's open to the lifestyle. They might be wearing a black ring on their right ring finger. A bunch of different ways. They wear a certain piece of jewelry. But in terms of what would you like to say to them about how often we approach someone and it ends up being that they're a freaky couple?
Oh, and we're out. I mean, most of the couples that we approach are freaky because we kind of, we have a screening process. If we're going to meet a couple in person, we have typically chatted with them online and we'd met them through like a Facebook for swingers kind of website, a social media website for swingers where everybody's got a profile and they can put up their statistics, so to speak, right?
What they like, what they don't like. Yeah.
What's their play level? Are they just into girl, or are they soft swap or full swap, that kind of stuff? So we kind of engage in a conversation, a little chit chat before we meet up in person. But so most of the time we know they're down to play.
Yeah,
but
so
if
you're
we're
not
just
going
meeting
out
them
like on the prowl
at a swingers event, we don't know what their play level is. You can tell within a couple minutes. I mean, I'll just ask people straight out. I'm like, so do you guys? Are you guys in the lifestyle? And we'll go to meet and greets or parties. Sometimes people are there just to be in the sexy environment.
Or part of the restaurant, part of the bar, not even part of the group.
Sure, exactly.
You have to find out.
Yeah, sometimes the meet and greets we go to are at a vanilla place, like a regular bar.
It's not a takeover.
Let's lead over.
Right.
Whoopsie.
So I'll ask them straight up, are you guys in the lifestyle? Do you play with other couples? And then if they say yes, then I'll say, are you soft swap or full swap? And if they full swap, then I know that they're down to fuck. And of course, that's if there's chemistry all the way around. So
I would have
it's really easy to figure that out.
If somebody would have asked me, are you in the lifestyle? Like before I talked to you guys, I'd have been like, what?
Well, I would have just been like, what lifestyle? There's so many.
I don't know what. Yeah, like.
I mean, the cool, what lifestyle?
That would be your first clue of like, okay, sorry, sweetie, bye bye.
Well, that's, I mean, that right there though, just listening to you describe that is proof to the power, how much the power dynamic is in the women's court in this lifestyle, which is very cool because it's like I just picture Eros and the other husbands like chilling in the corner, like. And the wives are like, so are we fucking? Are
like
we not
talking
fucking?
About football and
who's fucking?
Guns. Yeah.
And then once y'all throw up the secret sign, then the husband's like, all right, cool. So what's up? All right, we're down.
Well, let me add one more thing to that. Like in a vanilla environment, so we'll go out for cigars. We'll hit up a nice cigar lounge or a bar that allows that, or we'll go to bars as well. And what'll happen is, if we identify a couple when we don't know whether they are lifestyle friendly or not, or even in an open marriage, chances are they're freaky enough to still do things. So we will heavily flirt with couples.
Yeah.
And like, we like to do it where we separate. So my lady will immediately start talking to the guy and I'll separate the woman and we're still in the same table, same vicinity, but we're facing a different direction perhaps. Maybe we'll teach them the cigar ceremony. Oh, let me help you light that, honey. We're going to do if we were swingers, we would be doing a wife swap, but since we're not, then let's just do a full swap with cigars now. And we'll throw out flirts like that. Hey, if you guys were swingers, you'd probably turn us. We throw things out just to test the waters, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. heavy flirting ends up many times with a girl sitting on my lap, and then if my lady notices that, or if my lady notices that the other gal is getting super flirty and smiley, my lady will take the cue and she'll start getting a bit more flirty with the guy, and we'll just have a nice time, whether it develops to going to a hotel room or anywhere else, or just a nice friendship. We had a nice flirting session, and they like it because everyone loves attention. Everyone loves a nice little flirt in a controlled environment, especially when they're right next to their spouse. And there's no odd feeling because the spouse is also flirting right now.
Yeah.
And so it's it's a lot of fun.
I mean, yeah. No, that sounds like fun if everybody's having a good time. But yeah, let's if that happens, bitches are getting their hair pulled out.
Brooke's brutal. I'm telling you.
I will cut a bitch.
That is.
Sorry.
Well, I've got this question. And I got this a lot, and multiple people tweeted us and sent messages saying that Eros's voice was the most soothing, special voice on earth. Like, we heard that multiple times.
Both of you. I think you should both read audiobooks, like get into narrating 100%. Audiobooks.
But this question, which is really just a statement, I just couldn't not say it because it's hilarious. Said, I think the sound of Eros's voice has sexually penetrated everyone that is listening.
Ooh, babe, they love your voice, babe. I knew that, though.
So whoever sent that in, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's probably why we get practice, because we speak into a mic in our own podcast, the Priory Society. And you can go listen at PriorySociety.com. Of course, shameless plug, but we really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys, especially when people listen episode after episode. Kind of nice that at least it's not a shrieking in their ear type thing.
So if you want to hear more of Eros's voice
and the lady's voice,
thank you.
Yeah, both of you. It's like it's very soothing.
Thank you guys. That's awesome.
And so I'm gonna go into my real question next. That's actually a question. Do you guys ever introduce sex toys into swinging? Have you ever? And then I added this on the end. Have you ever tried Spunk Lube? And that's a shout out to our sponsor, Spunk Lube.
Yes. This episode is brought to you by Spunk Lube.
The preferred lube of the porn industry.
Well, hey, if Spunk Lube sends us some, I'd happily try it.
We'll promote the fuck out of them. And in fact, thank you for the shout out, because I think Brooke or one of you guys sent out a tweet, and then the Spunk Lube people sent us a message saying, hey, get at us, and we can set you up somehow on a referral thing, or just an ambassador of the product, make sure you like it and so forth. So, and they're good people. I enjoy the way they do their outreach. Spunk Lube, man.
Yeah.
They, I heard about them through another podcast friend, the Unicorn Report, and a former Marine and a woman that previously just loved chicks, and now she's exploring both. And Tasty Muffin Lover and Snuggly Dave, who's recently come out
Muffin Lover
as well. So he's exploring with dudes now, which is, it's a cool thing. So they talked about it, and now you guys talked about it. Then I know that Spunk Lube is in company.
Yeah, they're smart. Yeah.
No, it's legit, and
they need to sponsor one of those hotel takeovers. If any place needs lube, it's one of those hotel takeovers. No shit,
Jeff. His name is Jeff. He's the guy that is the creator and owner. He's a fantastic guy, Jeff. I'm sure he'll listen to this episode. Get at Eros and Isis. They need to be on the team.
Yes.
I mean, we've got a few podcasts that are on the team, and I mean, you guys, there's nobody better. I mean, we promote the shit out of it because we use the shit out of it when we bang each other to death.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great shit. I mean, I'd never really messed with lube ever. Neither of us had. The first time she threw some of that on the old dickety doodah, I was like, holy shit balls.
He's like, you're going to have to stop right now.
I was like, you got to stop or I'm done.
Started singing, dickety doodah, dickety doo.
No, it was scary because I had to tell her, I had to say, you got to play with the balls. Get off the dick. It's I'm done if you keep touching it.
Because I'm going to be
It's going to fall off.
Yeah, so Jeff, get at him, man. Absolutely. I think that's a perfect segue for you guys. But so do y'all ever bring toys in?
We have played with toys. I mean, I generally bring a couple of vibrators just for me in case I feel like using it with another partner. But so I have used a strap-on with another female. I've used a double-sided dildo with another female, and that was pretty hot. I've used what they call the wand.
It's like the Hitachi wand, the popular one that has the ball in the end, which is like a massaging tool. The ball
It
doesn't
looks
go
like one of
inside.
those. Okay. Oh.
It just vibrates heavily. It's called the Hitachi wand. It's very popular, probably $50 to $70.
Yeah.
And they have a cordless version too. Very popular to, of course, give massages, but also you put it right on your clit or anywhere else that, that feels good. And you can add that along with anything else that you're doing. And man, that thing has such power that it vibrates the whole thing. People will wonder next door, dude, do they have a jackhammer over there? What's going on? Construction at 2 a.m. What's going on?
You almost can't handle the top settings of the wand because it's just so powerful.
Let me mention a toy that can be very good for the ladies that are looking to experiment with a dildo type thing.
Yeah.
It's a dildo called a fieldo. All right. So it's a strap on, but half of it goes into the woman that's wearing it. Then there's a harness that keeps it in place. And then it has the thing coming, the other penis coming out on the front. So anytime the woman wearing it is making a motion, it's vibrating in her with a shaft inside. And she's also providing pleasure to the other woman. Or if they're into pegging, the guy's getting pegged.
Sure.
Remember, pegging is only when it's strap-on play. A woman can peg a man. If a woman is penetrating a guy with just a vibrator, then it's just ass play or anal play. But that fieldo that goes inside and has the penis. Oh, my lady was talking some good things about that.
Yeah. That
Interesting. I don't think we've ever talked about that one with Rachel. We've talked about a lot of sex toys with Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel Miller, which I saw she's interacted with you guys a few times. She's great. She's our version of Dr. Drew. She's a
family
PhD student. She's a family therapist and sex expert.
She used to sell sex toys.
Oh, beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah, she's real cool. We were looking at her Twitter feed and yes, we've interacted with her and she shares great articles and it's cool stuff.
Definitely.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's a big fan of you guys. We talked about you on our last episode while you guys have been gone.
I think we had a whole discussion at the beginning of the episode with her where
she's a big fan. She thinks it's important what you guys are doing as far as your podcast and so do we, for just for education.
Well, it's a good synergy because the naughty thoughts are in people already. So you might as well be friends with people that can give you the inside baseball.
Sure.
And at least you can get your information from the credible source.
Yeah, trust me, Randall and I both have plenty of naughty thoughts. We just can't. We aren't ever gonna.
Oh no, we even acknowledged to Rachel. It was funny we were talking about it, and Rachel was kind of therapizing Brooke. Like she was like, Brooke, I could tell that you're very it's very awkward to you or different to you, but it was great that you were listening. But what did you think? And I said, well, I mean, it was great for both of us. Neither one of us had a real wrap our head around it or knew much, so it was enlightening. But truth of the matter is, we'll be honest, we banged like animals after the episode. So however that goes, I mean.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It all comes back to you guys and the primary unit.
The connection
You're
have
the most
with
important
other.
people. Everyone else around you is ancillary, whether you actually fucked them or whether you just had a flirty date and at dinner and just smiled a lot and told some sexy stories and maybe there was a little caress of the knee to knee.
Holding
or
hands.
something.
Yeah.
Well, even if you just kind of bump into them shoulder to shoulder and even if you don't do anything that would indicate, oh my goodness, they're trying to hold hands. That man is trying to fondle my wife.
Right.
Just a little caress, a little, laugh. Man, that is enough to put your sex life into overdrive and make you have wonderful experiences. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you gotta keep flirting with your spouse and find ways.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep it also. I mean, I'm sure, and you guys do a great example of that. As far as I'm sure, y'all don't ever let it get to where you don't work your magic on each other too.
Oh, we always do, but I mean, even when we're out with vanilla friends, I mean, we're flirting with the friends. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing that, even if we know it's not going to go anywhere.
Sure.
Like I said, many women under the table, they'll put their leg like right on my leg.
I know.
And these are like
people who are not
vanilla
swingers.
friends that know you're swingers, but they're not.
No, they don't know.
They don't know
What?
Yeah.
No, they're
You guys just put off that
smart.
energy that like, hey, it's cool if you want to flirt. And
Or it's just inside of people.
It's just, well,
Sure
clearly it's inside a lot more people than, that's what's been most fascinating to me is just like the community, the amount of people that, you know, band together and are all in this, like, that's
100%, because we
fascinating
got
for me to find
our
out.
Twitter followers after our episode. I mean, we got so many, you know, that are self-acknowledged swingers that obviously listened to our episode
Hell yeah.
with you guys and started following us on Twitter, which we love. They're
Perfect.
all awesome.
Great.
But yeah,
Perfect.
neither one of us, you know, we're both ignorant to the size of the community, which I think is wonderful. So
All right.
I
So
think everyone has swinger DNA.
somewhere in there. Yeah.
Everyone has the capacity to turn and,
That's right.
and
We're
not
all-
really go off the deep end, but maybe experiment and
Yeah.
explore and then come back to the safe zone.
We're all carriers.
there you go. That's the way to put it
The
right there.
medical term for it. Is it mine?
Yeah, but you're about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this one is pretty basic, but somebody asked us this one time. What is one thing that annoys you about each other?
Yeah, we have been asked this on one of our episodes. About
What
each
annoys
other.
us about other swingers or ourselves?
No, about each
Like
other.
as a married couple,
yeah.
what's one
Okay.
one thing that just drives you nuts about each other? Nothing, you know.
Sweetie, and I'll say one thing about.
Okay, so I'm trying to get work done on my computer, and I'm usually out in the field. I'm seeing patients and stuff. So it's when I come back, I'm trying to get stuff done on the computer, and I'm trying to concentrate. And I've been talking all day to a bunch of people. And let's say my husband, he hasn't had as much human interaction, and he keeps trying to talk to me and ask me questions. And he's like, "Wait, what? Don't you? Hey, do you like this song? Or
Do you like this couple?
do you like this couple?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm thinking, like, "Yeah, they're great. They're fine." Okay. And then he's like, "Well, don't you think that's funny? You don't want to laugh? You don't like this?" You know, and he just starts screwing with me because he
Aw.
knows that I'm trying to concentrate.
Interrupting you every little while.
Exactly.
You're like, give me a fucking minute to catch up and get some work done.
I just got to give in after a while.
I know.
I mean, I can see. I'm in sales, and I mean, and I'm sure I've heard. I think you guys said that Eros does commercial real estate or somehow involved in that. Yeah, I mean, the energy that you put off is definitely stout. I would hire you in a second to sell any damn thing, and that's just one sales guy to another, for sure, 100%.
Let me give you one thing that annoys me about my wife. And it's not a pet peeve, but sometimes, and please let me put a disclaimer here. I think everyone does this on the planet if you're human. But sometimes my lady goes to Browntown. She goes to the toilet. And she loves to leave the door open and talk while she's on the
Oh God, that would kill me. I couldn't do it. I'm with
Yeah.
you, brother.
That's a deal breaker.
I'm
in this
on
house.
side Eros here.
she's inside sitting down and she's talking a regular conversation. And I'm sitting there thinking, you know what, sweetie, let's talk when you're done. All right.
I thought you were going to say, like, okay, I left the candle on too long or something.
And then, of course, I go back in there later because I use a different restroom after that for the rest of the day. And then I come back and a candle's been on for 5 hours. She gets these fancy 3-wick candles, Bath and Body
They
Works.
burn forever.
They burn
They
forever. So I
do.
go back there and I'm like, dude, this has been on for 5 hours. But yeah, so Browntown with the door open.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm from the country, and
That's
I grew
hilarious.
up. My great grandmother was a, proponent of the striking a match after after you make, and my nanny's house smelled like sulfur. But she swore it was better than smelling somebody's shit, and I mean,
It does cover it up.
It was like she lit the biggest match on earth at all times.
Yeah.
And she lived to be 103, by the way, because that's how country folks did it. And she smoked and she dipped snuff till she
Sure.
was damn 90.
Shout
And
out to grandmother.
yeah, grandmother was a champion. She made
Absolutely.
us pull switches and everything. Till she
Man.
was a tough son of a bitch. But
Yeah. What was yours about? I think yours for me was what? My night terrors.
yeah, I think.
And mine was for you was like, because you can't aim into the fucking toilet to save your life.
yeah,
and
she hates that about me.
Jesus Christ, there's piss all
She
over
can
the floor.
find a dribble of piss
There's
on the
one.
floor.
Yeah, I am a bit OCD. If there's one drop, I'm like, God damn it! Can you make it in the?
Yeah, and I don't know about you, Eros, but and everyone's different. But my cock is not straight at
No.
all. It's definitely not, and so I have to
Well,
adjust.
and you're like a little over 6 feet tall, and so you're not
And
close to the
But
toilet.
if I don't
but-
adjust, if I'm tired or wake up and I don't adjust, I'll piss on the wall to the right in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you got to put your hand on it.
I'm like Bill Clinton. Yeah, if I
direct
don't
it.
do that, I'll piss on the wall of the window.
Well, my husband's cock is so long, it just, when he pulls it out, it just lands in the water.
It's
It lands right in there. Yeah,
Goes straight down.
that's handy.
Well, that's going to get you sucked down the damn sewage. That's hilarious.
Well, at least there's no piss on your floor.
All right. Well, this is a perfect segue. This question is for Isis. Have you ever had to turn away a penis for being too big or too small? I feel like this is from Dr. Muddington, who's one of our favorite listeners and one of my best friends from high school.
Oh, I have never turned away a penis. And when we got into the lifestyle, I really had no idea how different each penis is. Like, really, like when I was even just looking at pictures.
I mean, I have, much less experience than you do, but yeah, I mean, even in the, less than 10 that I've dealt with.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely, if a guy is on the smaller side, then I don't feel as much, but I never talk shit to anybody. I I take care of myself. If I'm ready to come, I'll rub my clit or I'll use a toy. I know how to take care of myself, and I can't say anything to the guy because that is who he is. And I mean, everybody's beautiful.
Well,
if a guy's been too large, I've definitely had to say, okay, let's slow down a little bit. Or there are certain angles, like maybe doggy style, that I can't do for very long because it just might get a little uncomfortable after a while. But so we switch positions, but I've never turned down a penis from a couple that we ended up
Never met a penis you didn't like.
Well, you can have, I mean, it is possible, right? For a guy with maybe a little, average or below average penis that can rock your fucking world, right? If they know how to fuck,
yeah,
I would imagine that average or below average can be just fine if they know how to fucking get it on.
Yeah, they might know how to fuck. They might know how to eat pussy really well. They might know how to, finger me really well. Or
make a woman squirt.
Absolutely. So there are talents in other areas, and, you really have to pay attention to my whole body. And if you can do that, I'll remember that for sure.
Let me jump in here.
Yeah.
I was asking my lady this the other day, and we were just fucking around. And then I said, would you prefer a giant penis that doesn't get fully erect?
Oh, yeah.
Or would you prefer to have a smaller penis that's super scrappy?
Yeah. That one.
I bet she picked scrappy.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, there's like a scientific point to that women look, and we learned this from Brian Cowan, that the first thing women notice about a penis is blood flow and sterness, not even the size.
No, I could give a fuck about the size. And too big would be, a downside. Yeah. Because I'm a little girl. Like, too big is kind of scary.
Well, babe, you're making it sound like I'm not sitting over here on a tree stump.
Yours is
like
huge, but I'm saying like...
No, but this I've got.
I don't want like John Holmes like
because you brought this up. I've got to jump ahead of you to this question because Isis just mentioned this, or Eros did.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about.
What are your thoughts on squirting? I had a girl squirt on me once, and to me it smelled like urine. I think the whole squirt thing is a hoax.
Well, I really can't decipher what other hole the fluid could be coming out of. So I do believe women are peeing when they squirt. I mean, I know there's a gland inside.
The same thing that creates the wetness, the moisture that the women are constantly their vaginas being cleansed all the time, and so they're letting out the substance that is similar to our pre-cum or whatever.
Right.
But now I've never been a fan of trying to make women squirt. That's when I fucked up my elbow trying to learn. This guy was going to teach me in Vegas.
You had some tennis elbow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you were practicing on me, and you couldn't straighten your arm for a couple days
after that. Here's the shit, because I love to please. I love to please a woman. And I want to take time. And if I'm in a recharge period, or I'm like, hey, I just came, let me do some more stuff. So this guy said, okay, prop her up. She's going to be seated, but now she's going to lean back slightly into a 45-degree angle. You're going to use your middle two fingers, and now you're going to do this like, you're going to pull her towards you type thing, right? Up and down. And then, so my elbow, man, and I was, in fighting classes, Krav Maga classes, and they were like, the instructor was like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I couldn't be honest. I was trying to make some girls squirt. But, that's hilarious. His wife was like 105-pound petite little thing. So I was like almost lifting her up. I go to my lady. My lady, she's about a buck 50. She's a nice and strong woman, nice and juicy,
I'm solid,
right? Oh, yeah, she's beautiful. And then so I'm trying to prop her up, and I'm like, okay, well, honey, you're going to have to get some pillows.
You have to help me out here, sister.
Well, no, that's hilarious because
That is awesome.
And it's awesome that you've done Krav Maga. I practiced jiu-jitsu in my life. Our 4-year-old is a gray white belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
So
and we've had him in since he was 3.
He's getting close to getting his gray belt.
A year ago, I'd have my neck fused. I had 2 levels fused, my C5 and 6, 6 and 7. And so if I go too long in the paint with anything with the hands, my fingers are gone. They're numb.
Yeah.
I only have so much time. So I can't imagine your tennis elbow. I wouldn't feel a damn thing. I could have fingers in her butthole. I wouldn't know.
You'd be holding her like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we talked about the whole squirting thing with Rachel too, where and like, is it pee, is it not? And somebody actually messaged us on Twitter after that episode, and I don't think either one of us ever responded to him. Where they were like, it didn't smell like pee to me. And
I don't know. I've never had anyone squirt in my presence.
Rachel said it's like all the research, because she's legit, like,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be closer to tears,
like consistency wise, but
instead of pee, but like it is all down in the same area, so I could see. To me, I'm like, okay, if somebody experienced it and it smelled like pee, like who's to say it didn't just get mixed in? Like maybe they did squirt and pee at the same time.
I think it's pee. It
don't
looks
think it's
like pee.
I want to give you guys 2 perspectives. One of them comes from a swing club owner in Los Angeles. He doesn't like women that squirt because he says he has to pick up all the piss. All right. And,
Either way, it's gross, I think.
Right. And
It's
then
a lot.
It's a mess.
we had an experience in Vegas. We were there and we put up a rendezvous, and a couple reached out and they said, hey, we'd love to meet you. And so we met for drinks at the lobby bar, and then we were chatting, and then my lady pops the question to the woman, so do you feel like playing tonight? And do you guys normally fuck other people, or do you what's your level of play? Oh no, we're full swap. Okay, look, we have a room upstairs. If you guys want to get another round of drinks upstairs, we can give you the grand tour of our room. It's a rectangle consisting of a bed in the middle, but we will give you the grand private tour. Well, this woman turned out to be a squirter. I did not know that, so I'm eating her out. And let's just say that the piss comes out of like the front part. Well, she let out gushes after gushes, and I felt like I was being waterboarded.
Yeah.
For one time, I felt like I knew what it was like to be under
interrogation.
Yeah, interrogation. Right?
Advanced interrogation
All of a sudden,
techniques.
you're in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
Can I say something? She was beautiful, so I didn't mind. Like if she was maybe a questionable character who maybe my lady said, come on, the guy's really hot, can, take one for the team type of thing, just do her, and you close your eyes, picture someone else. If she was questionable, then I'd be grossed out, but this woman was beautiful. Can I say that what came out of her was, it didn't smell, it wasn't as warm as urine, it didn't smell like urine, and it was all over my face, and she got all over my feet, she got all over the carpet. I mean, she squirted a lot. And it wasn't this thing where she was squirting like when you're
across the room.
You see the peeing videos where they're peeing and it comes out of the front and they toss it across the room. This was where it was just kind of coming out irregular, kind of like an old faucet, like in the backyard. Right. It was just coming out like really sloppy. Yeah. That's how it came out of that woman. So I don't know, man. I still have mixed feelings because I've experienced it firsthand. I don't know what it was.
Wow. That
was
is
awesome.
Enlightening.
I know, I think
and you've got the best out of, that's way more experience than I have. So I got to go with the statistics and what's real.
And when we were talking to Rachel about it, it was more just like studies and like and like hearsay. Like none of us had actually experienced it.
Everyone looks at porn, right? And they don't realize, and I didn't even realize as much until we got sponsored by Spunk Lube and
Movie Magic
had talked about how, they use their bestseller, the best-selling lube that they use as a mixture, and we use it a lot, and it looks just like semen, and so they use it as stunt cum in porn movies, and I had no idea. So it's like, I thought everybody really was shooting those Peter North loads, and I didn't realize the smoke and mirrors. So that's what made me skeptical about the pissing. I think depends on the situation. If it's for a movie, I think they're going to add the piss and try to throw it across the room.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I always kind of felt like the projectile squirting, where like I've seen porn videos where they have a tape or a piece of paper on the floor and they're trying to measure how far it goes, and it goes like 6-10 feet. I always suspected that was piss. So,
Yeah.
but maybe we just have to do more research.
But a guy made you squirt.
He did, and I was totally shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, I hadn't experienced it before, and we were
You
playing
were
with
wet.
a couple.
It wasn't projectile, but you left
No.
that whole shit area. The area was soaked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So-
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I have that kind of dedication to let you
I don't know if I've got the time.
throw your elbow out. Yeah, I don't know if we.
I mean, I'm over here. I mean, I got a window of about 20, 25 minutes with the hands, and they're going numb. So
Oh.
Get it done.
All right, so this is for Eros. What is the most surprising thing that has happened to you while being with another partner besides your wife?
Okay. I love
like
it.
that one.
All right. The most surprising thing is when you believe you're there for swinging and you end up, this person is acting out as if they're falling in love type thing. And you don't expect
Uh-oh.
it. It happened recently, and this woman's just super smiley. And I mean, I was loving it because I want you to picture this for all the guys out there. And of course the women, the little hottie laying down on the bed, smiling, putting her finger on her, like biting down on her finger, really cute, like, and then just looking up with a beautiful C-shaped smile. She looked like Britney Spears.
Nice
type,
teeth.
And then I'm entering her, and she's a small framed woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I work out and stuff. I'm not a big huge guy, but to her I was a big huge guy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm entering her, and my penis is, I'm Mexican, so my penis is darker, it's dark olive, So I'm looking down, and her pussy's nice and pink.
Yeah.
And it's going in. And while I'm doing that, she's looking at me with a cute little smile. and she's whispering things in my ear like, I'd love to go on trips with you. I'd love to take you this. I'd like to take you this place. Can you go off with me? And then it's very surprising because I thought we were just there to fuck and, like a sport fuck. And everyone's happy. And, okay, here's my condom. I did wear one, the whole time. It has stuff in it. And or I took it off and I came on her belly or something. But the other on the negative scale is when we were doing a full swab, and the woman we found her in the bathroom in a bunch of vomit, and she was just passed out because she drank too much.
Yeah.
And that sucked. She was vomit everywhere. It was our room too. So
So then Isis is like, bye, I'm going to go fuck her husband. See you later.
And the shitty part is that the man said,
Oh.
well, I can wake her up and, wash her up. And
Ew.
she was vomit everywhere.
Pretty
and then
creepy.
the guy said, well, why don't you just let her rest in there in the bathroom? But maybe I can do stuff with your wife.
Exactly.
And I told him, you guys need to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Take your wife home.
Nice over.
That was another surprising thing, but on the negative scale.
He's like, hey, you want to sit here with her and clean up her vomit?
hey.
I'm going to go fuck your wife. That's cool, right?
No, you shouldn't have let your wife drink
Yeah.
that much.
That works out. That's
No,
even.
I love Eros's answer though. That's
Get the
totally
fuck
fair.
out.
Like, man, fuck that. Get the fuck out. This is ridiculous.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out.
You gotta
we're
grow
done.
up, and be able to
Carry
hold
your
your
drunk
fucking
ass
liquor.
wife,
Yeah, get
yeah.
the fuck out of here. What are we? 16? All right. So, what sexual position do you think everyone should try that they probably haven't?
Oh, that's a great one. Write this
My
down, baby.
I'm going to. I've got pen in hand.
That they haven't tried before. Well, I appreciate, well, of course, the standards. I mean, I think everybody's tried missionary, a girl's riding the guy, and then probably doggy style would be
What are
the
your
most
favorite?
commons.
What are your favorite positions?
I actually like it when I am either bent over the bed or kind of doggy style, but
And the
then
guy's standing up
the
behind
guy
you?
standing up behind me, but then he grabs my arms
Oh, shit.
and he holds them. He holds my arms stretched out behind me.
Right. For leverage.
Yeah, I really like that. Like he kind of takes control of my hands and
So he's
holds on.
almost stretching your pecs for you while
Yeah.
banging you
And
from
like
behind.
your face is on the bed. Yeah.
Oh,
or up, or kind of up off the bed a little bit. But that one's really hot. And then of course I like reverse cowgirl.
I was just gonna say. I thought Eros was asking me when he said, "What's your favorite?" I thought he was turning the table on us, and that's why you heard me. If you listen back, I was like, I was about to say, I like reverse cowboy.
His penis over there.
Yeah. You just like that because I got a good butt.
I know. I like to look at your butt. I'm cool with that. I love to look at it. I'd say my favorite.
Yeah, and for the other people that want to hear the guy's perspective,
Yeah.
if they haven't tried this one yet, this one's pretty amazing. Where the guy is sitting down and you're either on a sofa or at the edge of the bed, but you're just sitting down. And then the woman straddles you so that her tits could be on your chest, and you have access to a passionate kiss.
That's a great one.
You're inserted. She's penetrated.
Yeah.
And she's sitting on you, and she doesn't even have to go up and down in and out. If she just grinds it with the penis inside, very nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Super erotic, especially if there's a mirror around or something, and you can just admire that. It's a wonder. Feels so good.
That's hot.
That is a good one. I think I try to avoid mirrors. Even though, we have one in our bedroom that's right in front of our bed, but we don't. Yeah.
Well, I've definitely took a gander in it plenty of times myself. So I don't know why you would avoid it.
Well, I'm just, I'm super insecure.
It doesn't bother me. Yeah, I'm proud of my abs, and I saw that one of y'all saw my ab picture.
Your Santa abs?
Yeah, where I was talking about, I've been working out and gotten my abs back because I've been killing it.
Good.
I think y'all saw my post, or one of you did, about being a reformed fatty. So I take pride. I've definitely been chubby before.
Does being pregnant count? I was fat once.
No, that counts more than anything. I have nothing but respect for
40
women,
pounds,
how much their body changes. We
Sure.
were looking at a picture before we got on here with you guys of J-Lo. She just turned 50, and it's fucking incredible.
Oh my God. I want to
50
fuck
years
her. God.
Yeah.
Incredible. And she's had twins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
Props to J-Lo for sure. It's her 50th birthday today?
Yesterday.
God damn it. I want to look. That's life goals right there for sure. Good gracious.
For all the ladies listening in, if you are feeling a bit insecure about your body, you got to remember that someone like J-Lo, she has private chefs. She has plenty of time to
1,000 trainers.
Eat the best foods, the best organic foods, multiple meals, food prep, and
people telling her when to eat.
Yeah, eat now, stop now.
Right.
And also working out. She has access to the best of the best. So don't go crazy, but also monitor what you put in that mouth hole.
Right.
Not a lot of pizza.
Right.
And if we're honest, she's got access to probably the best diuretics and doctors.
I was just about to say
she can help her get water weight off like nobody's business.
She gets the exact amount of hydration because that.
And that doesn't take away from, I'm sure, how hard she has to work.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
But
that's
I'm
all
with
the
Eros.
fine
Don't
tuning.
put yourself up against her as a.
Right.
No.
That's not fair.
And it's stupid that I am insecure. It's people want to fucking slap me in the face.
I want to address the guys and the ladies because, look, especially for guys, and we didn't get into this last time we spoke, but it is a huge factor as you begin to age. For men, once you go over the age of 30, you start losing testosterone 1 or 2% per year.
Yeah.
And you start developing more abdominal fat. It's more difficult to lose the weight. So it can be a little bit pricey, but our private concierge doctor that we went to, who's the man who turned us into swingers, he drove our libido way up. He put us on testosterone replacement therapy. He has pills for everything. Bodybuilders, if you want thyroid stuff, if you want to cut for a show or bodybuilding show or competition,
right.
A lot of that is super synthetic. So a lot of the superstars that you see on TV, they're on all kinds of injectables.
Oh, it's not natural.
Yeah, they're taking
it's
T3 and
natural.
T4 and
Yeah.
100%.
For people that are trying to do it naturally, it's really unfair. And the average person can't, they can't afford, not everybody, but the average person, some of these meds are $500 a month, $1,000 a month, because you're having to do daily injections, once a week injections, creams, pills, all kinds of stuff. And we started a regimen, and that regimen is not cheap, but we did it because it allows our bodies to work like they're 18 years old.
Oh, 100%. If you do if you do TRT right, which I'm a huge proponent of, and I'll
especially
be
for
blunt,
anybody
honest,
in their 30s and 40s.
I'll be on it soon. I'm 39, and my doctor at my last physical told me to go and see. She recommended me to a anti-aging doctor because my test is starting to drop. My
we need
levels
to get on it
are
now if we want to have another baby.
Below, below par. They're fine, but I think it was in the 300s, and when you're 18, you want them at 700, 800, 900,
levels. Your testosterone, if you take a look at a basic blood scale at a normal lab, it'll go from, 200 to like 1200. So a guy who wants to do bodybuilding or who wants to look his best, you see these older men at the yacht club, And these guys are 75. They got abs. They look hot.
They're all
They
chiseled.
have
Or
huge
like Vince
biceps.
McMahon. He's still out there killing the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're on full anti-aging protocols.
Yes.
And yeah, man, it's a beautiful
But
thing.
kind of in a
You don't
healthy
know
way.
that about
You know, it's like
close to
they're doing all
1,000.
this stuff, but it's like
Well, I
for
don't.
the better
it's,
good.
It's not. I don't. I'm of the opinion, and
Yeah.
it sounds like Eros and me and Isis are all on the same page with it. I don't think it's. I think it's an unfair thing for people that get
I do
upset with
too.
men that take TRT. It's no different than women that have to have their hormones replaced in menopause, and
Yeah, like a
if it's
20-year-old,
taken
I don't really think it's
responsibly,
necessary.
I think that it's bogus. The myths around it of that it's so bad. If you do it, it's
If-
like anything.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to do
In
it
moderation and
with the right medical supervision and
Yes.
all that. But
Yeah,
You have to do the blood test. So
Yeah.
if you buy
Kidneys.
something from a guy at the gym in the alley and you start injecting, that's no good ever. But
No.
you're under the careful supervision. Like we go get our blood drawn and the guy pulls out like 10 little vials.
Yeah.
And they're checking your liver function, everything, all the different levels. My lady got on testosterone cream, and you had to
Yeah.
wonder why a lot of women out there, they don't want to fuck. You know, they've been married for a long time. As
Yeah.
soon as she started doing the testosterone cream,
Oh
she
my
wanted
God.
to fuck the desk, man. She's the couch.
my chair,
Everything. She's in her car. She used to send me pictures. I just did a dildo, and I'm I'm in front of whatever an office building or whatever, and she's masturbating in the car, in the
Well,
bathroom of
Where
the
does
office
the
building.
cream go?
It's a transdermal cream, so
but what
probably
part of the body?
ahead, sir.
I either put it on my inner thigh or on my
okay.
abs, and I'll just rub it in. I do whatever vial I get. It's either a couple clicks or whatever it is to get the
You
dosage.
twist it and it comes out,
Yeah.
and then you just apply it.
And then I rub it in, and I do that every day. And ever since then, because my energy was low, I mean,
yeah.
I didn't want to work out, I didn't want to fuck, and
Yeah.
I love my husband. And when we did fuck, it was great, but I never initiated, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with me? But it was my hormone levels, and
they were
Yeah.
low testosterone.
yeah,
Well, yeah, I mean,
and-
women
Because
have
women have
testosterone,
testosterone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's right.
And-
But
you're not
Yeah.
trying to grow a beard. You're just trying to, like,
no, that doesn't happen.
yeah.
Well,
no,
have-
it's just you're
have-
just trying to like increase your libido.
I've
and
got
that's
a question.
legit,
and
yeah,
if this
nice.
is too far, by all means, you don't have to answer it. But
No, go for it.
do you have the side effect of clitoral enlargement?
I don't know. Has
No.
my clit gone bigger?
No,
I don't
my
think
lady
so.
has a very pretty pussy. The only time her clit gets big is when she's horny, and that happens with most women.
Well,
It
that's
gets-
normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blood
Gorgeous
flow.
a little
It's
bit, yeah.
still
But I mean, a lot of women, and that may be when they're taking
That's just when
injectable
they're doing a
bodybuilders. Their
Yeah.
clits will get. I mean, they can get huge.
it's basically they grow a dick.
yeah, they can
I
become
see.
small penises.
I've seen pictures of that. That hasn't happened to me. I mean, I think my dose is, it's not, we're
Probably
not
minimal.
injecting, it's
It's
the
just
cream.
in the
it's,
sweet
it's
spot.
right my body.
Yeah.
And I do have, I mean, I've only experienced positive side effects
Yeah.
where
Beautiful.
my workouts, like I can recover quicker between workouts.
She kicks the shit out of the heavy bag.
Yeah.
She
Nice.
lifts, benches with plates, but she's also not, the big myth is you're going to develop a male type
Right.
body, and that just
no,
doesn't happen.
No.
Well, no, that's just a smart doctor then, and proper dosaging. Because transdermal testosterone cream wouldn't raise you anyway to a point of no return. But I've always wondered, just for women, where that line was. So that's very interesting, and I think that's good information for people.
If
They
I-
don't hear enough about women needing testosterone, and that is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true.
No, it
Yeah,
is.
men and women, because a lot of times your body is not producing what it used to,
Sure.
and that's okay too. I mean, our soil is shit, and our produce isn't as good
Right.
as it was back in the day. So you're going to have to do some great supplementation, whether good foods and stuff. But for the guys too, a lot of times it's not necessarily that you're too low on testosterone, but you're too high in estrogen. So you
Right.
might be crying at
Yep.
the Super Bowl commercials. And you're like, dude, you have too much estrogen. You're starting to develop titties. And so you need a pill to normalize that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So anyway, there's a lot of cool shit out there, man. And lots to
Yeah,
talk
it's
about.
awesome.
Let's get back to the pussy.
I've got one for this is for Isis. What haven't you done yet sexually but want to?
Oh, that's easy.
Airlock.
What is that?
When basically there's a dick in every hole.
Oh, okay. I knew
Dick
that.
in my mouth, dick in my pussy, dick in my ass.
Make a woman airtight.
Yeah.
Did you say
Holy-
mouth, pussy,
Mouth,
and
dick.
ass?
Yeah, mouth, pussy, ass. Yeah.
Wow, that's called an airlock. I've never
That's
heard.
what he
That's
just
awesome.
said. Yeah.
No, I'm repeating
Oh,
it. I've
okay.
never heard the word airlock.
That's-
That's incredibly funny and poignant.
I was thinking Chinese finger trap, but airlock is better.
Yeah,
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, and people also refer to it as, let's make her airtight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or she wants to be
That
airtight.
is advanced. That's a whole lot of dicks and a lot of holes.
I might start with a double penetration first because I haven't done that either. Just one dick in the pussy and a dick in the ass.
You haven't tried that. You've had the dick in pussy
and finger in my ass
and finger in the ass and one in your mouth.
Yeah.
But
so that was like a airlock junior.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you know you want it, though.
Yeah. I want the real thing.
Well, that's baby steps. I mean, that's the proper way to anything. You got to crawl before you can walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that should be the first step.
What's your next one?
Oh, God. Okay. I was so distracted by the airlock.
Concentrate.
I know. Focus, Brooke. All right. Do you ever use drugs to enhance the experience? I'm thinking no for you guys.
Well,
I bet they've tried some stuff. This is just my guess. I would say, maybe try if it's in a responsible manner.
Sure.
So the two classifications.
Yeah.
The first one is pharmaceutical grade stuff that's being prescribed by your doctor, not Cialis, not Viagra, but just normal things to help your body, right? Your overall wellness. Mm-hmm. That's one category. That goes back to like the testosterone cream and stuff.
Exactly.
But we have not fooled around with. People always pitch us on ecstasy, Molly. Mm-hmm. They're always pitching us to do all kinds of stuff with them. Weed, vapes, CBD oils. Right. A buddy of mine makes the some lube and he puts coconut oil and infuses it with hemp and does all the oils, hemp, CBD and stuff. We have not done that stuff yet. Have you? There's a couple that try to put some drops on your pussy, right? It's supposed to magnify your thing.
Yeah, enhance the sensation on my clit. It was like just one drop of the oil. Yeah. And I mean, it worked. I don't think there was weed in it though. Yeah. I don't know what was in it.
The quick answer is we don't take, and I'll tell you why, because of our concealed carry permits. We always have to be very present.
Yes.
We can't be out of control.
Sure.
And also, if some shit goes down, I want to be able to react quick,
right?
With overwhelming force and better skills than everyone in the room. So I need to be on point all the time. Not only that, but ask any of the guys that experiment with the EDC music and they pop a pill. The dick doesn't work very well while you're on those things.
Bingo.
Oh, it's a total Russian roulette. I mean, because on one hand, I would think Molly is running rampant in that community, but also it's a double-edged sword, like you said, because sometimes you could be on Molly and feel like you want to fuck for days, but it's not going to work. Well, if you want to keep your wits about you, like Eros is saying, you definitely can't do that.
That's why I was thinking that that they were.
Well, you were more right than me. I thought they would say like, oh, we've messed around a little marijuana.
No,
or
I feel like they're too clear-headed.
You nailed it.
Yeah, we want to be present. Not only
shit
for
goes
the
down.
Consent framework, and I have to pull out my checklist. Honey, can I fuck you in the ass? No, okay, I'll leave that there. Can I in the pussy? All right, come in your mouth.
We'll come back to that later.
Yeah, our consent form. But we want to be present, man. We don't want to be. We don't want to be in a situation where we're not fully there.
Perfect.
Right. All right. Well, this is my my last one.
How do you say your last one?
Because I skipped you like on 3 questions.
You did, because I have like a ton over here. What the
my
fuck?
last one is: do you guys, and this is for both of you, do you have any other unique sexual indulgences? So I don't know if that means.
I feel like that was the airlock thing.
I'll tell you one from the male perspective. When you talk about stimulation of the prostate, man, I love it when a chick's sucking my dick and she's probing my asshole. Man, listen, that feels wonderful. Mm-hmm. Like I've had my lady, we practice, right?
Yeah.
She starts putting a finger in there and I'm like, yeah, put it in there. And she's like, it's already in. I'm like, no, put it in. Like, seriously, put it in. And she's sucking my dick. And she's like, no, I have 2 fingers in there and they're all the way in. And then so we had a guy on our podcast come on and he's a pegging expert, right? Cooper Beckett. He's written books and shit. So he says to us, when the babies are born, there's the clit and the other gland that ends up being in the prostate. Now he does this whole thing where he does a hypothetical of it's either going to become a clit or it's going to go in the prostate, because when you're a baby in the belly, you can be either sex, right?
Oh, sure.
Anyway,
well, I think everybody starts out as a girl.
Is it okay? He talks about the fusing, how you can still see the line that could have been a vagina. He gets deep into it, and actually, he's coming up in the next few episodes for our podcast. I don't know, episode 17 or something.
Nice.
But he's talking about how he's had stimulation of the prostate, and he has gotten to a point to where he's having a full body orgasm. He's not ejaculating from his dick. His body is just convulsing and shaking, kind of like he's having a seizure, like the women come.
Yeah.
All from in the booty.
Milk in the prostate. That's in Road Trip.
Is it?
That movie Road Trip? You guys are way too classy to probably watch Road Trip, but it's a fucking...
It's a raunchy comedy.
Yeah, but
funny.
they talk about milk in the prostate, and it's and he's like, it's a real thing, and like he ends up going to like a nurse to try and get his prostate checked, and like, but yeah, like I mean, I thought it was just a stupid thing in that movie, but I guess that's a real thing too.
No, it's totally real.
Sure is.
I mean, it's a huge thing, but this I'm going to skip over Brooke for one more question.
Again.
Because I have such a short memory, I'll forget that I wanted to ask it. I saw one of you talked about meeting a lot of the people that listen to your podcast at this event.
Yes.
How was that? Like, that had to be awesome, right?
Oh, magnificent.
It was so much fun.
We sent out some alerts. Hey, we're going to be at this event. And we weren't doing it from a perspective of trying to sell tickets. That we were there as attendees. We didn't want to work the event. We're not trying to market it as affiliates. None of that. We just said, look, we're going to be at this party. If you happen to be there, we're going to have a full bar in our room.
Yeah.
As long as you're a listener. And I'm going to ask you questions. Don't just say you're a listener and fucking not know what the inseminator is.
Exactly.
Or, the leather-bound perverted dictionary is, right? So, or be able to name some of our topics. But, yeah, we had probably 50 couples at the peak.
What?
Not all at once, but we'd go into the party. They'd recognize us, or they'd hear our voice, or they'd approach us. Oh, that's them. And then we'd say, hey, it's time for refills. Guys who wants to come, we have a bunch of stuff. And we would take them to our room with the disclaimer. It's the following. Let's go to the room for drinks. We'll be right back. We'll kind of come right back to the party.
Right.
That way, they know that we're going to the room, but hey, come on, man.
We're not going there to fuck. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're going there to just like chill and talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then, we'd linger in the room. We had party bulbs with lights, that spin and, different colored little bulbs. And I've uploaded some pictures to Twitter as well on Priory Society on our Twitter feed to show our room. And we had a nice sound system in there. And so it was wonderful. It was a listener party over the course of 3 days.
That's so cool.
It was amazing. And you guys might do a listener party at some point too, just if you know you're going to be at a barbecue. And some listeners are going to be around. It's
we
the
would
best
love
thing
to
ever,
do
man.
something like that. I mean, if we ever get to the point where,
I mean, we've
I would love to.
We've had a couple of instances of friends that have reached out to us and just told us random, like, I was in Savannah, Georgia, checking out at Kroger, and I was talking to the cashier lady about podcasts, and I told her that, my friends are the hosts of Married as Fuck, and she was like, I love that show.
Yeah, that's
that kind of cool shit, like it's.
So did the folks that put on this Hotel Takeover, like, I'm sure did they take notice of the fact that you guys had a following that came there? Were they like, hey, you guys want to partner and host some of these upcoming events? Since obviously,
it was funny because we were actually neighbors at this event with the people that own Plush Party. The
owners,
yeah.
So coincidence?
They were next to us.
Yeah, we kept running into them, and then we had like a really nice conversation with basically their general manager, like the manager of operations for the event, kind of the guy who's keeping an eye on things. And we had a really nice conversation with him the first night because we were out there, we were out on our patio, and we had our party bulb and just, we had music going and he could see the bar, and then he was kind of walking the grounds and just kind of came over and said hello.
And we made him drinks.
Yeah.
We made them drinks.
Is he a listener?
Before you knew it. Yeah, they were inviting us to their room. Hey, do you guys want to, come over to our room for drinks? And here's the thing with these events. The way to offset the rental cost is that they need to sell liquor. And you need to buy the liquor at the bar or at the, satellite bars. And then so here we are rolling in with a full bar, like 20 bottles.
They're like, God damn it.
These fuckers aren't going to buy shit.
No.
But listen, we'd be at the pool, and they have this rule: can't bring your own drinks from the outside.
Yeah.
And so we're buying stuff all day. We're charge it to the room. Hey, Hilton Honors points, man.
Right.
I don't care.
Sure.
Yeah, charge it right to the room.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's so
what
funny.
do you got, babe? I'm all out of questions.
Okay, so
you want to do?
No, I got this one because they were talking about like partying in the room with music and stuff. Someone, I don't know who asked this question, but it says, I don't know why it has to be just to Eros, but I mean, it says, it's to Eros. Teach me, what is the best song to fuck to?
That's hilarious.
Ooh,
Oh, that's an easy one, man. Oh, shit, that's an easy
I
one.
feel like both of y'all need to answer that, though. I don't care. That
But
they
it's
wanted
so
to know
funny.
from
I
just
saw
Eros.
that question. It started with
Eros, my
man.
man. Yeah.
Teach me.
But that's how I'm like.
What is the best song to fuck to? That's awesome, by the way. And I don't remember who sent that, but that is a great question.
Okay, so the answer
I love it.
is very it's a unique answer. All right, and here it is. The universal station that you should have if you have Pandora or Spotify.
Of
On
course.
Pandora, it's called Tropical House Radio.
Fuck
or
yes.
reggaeton radio. Okay,
Yeah.
because everyone can groove to a nice reggaeton type of pop sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need dance skills. It's not a salsa song. It's not intimidating. It's just dun, dun, dun. It's just
Yes.
you can step touch to it.
Yeah.
So reggaeton radio tends to bring out the booty bouncing in the women.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a perfect way to do an icebreaker that we call the club sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Did we discuss the club sandwich last time on
No,
your show?
but please
No,
explain.
you did not, but please.
All right, so you
Enlighten
must
us.
start with the
Oh.
either Tropical House Radio, which
Yeah.
is EDM inspired electronic music, and we also they started fusing the EDM music that has saxophones in it. You know,
Yeah.
because I guess people crave real music, so they put
Well,
real
it's
instruments in it.
real house music is actual like. Yeah, I get it. I used to go to raves in the 90s, so.
and so here's the let's talk about the club sandwich, and then
Yeah.
well, let me do this. Let me give them the recipe for the songs.
Sure.
First, Tropical House Radio, Reggaeton Radio.
Yes.
Those are the staple Pandora stations that are always on our playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the other thing, though. You have to tailor it to who you're with. So, for
Yeah.
example, at this party takeover, we were bringing couples over, and if we were going to have sexy time, I'd immediately ask the woman, "What's your Pandora station?" And they'll tell you. But if you ask them, "Who do you like? Well, I like musical
What's your
theater. I like
favorite
Andrew Lloyd
band?"
Webber. I like Les Mis."
Yeah.
It's like, nah, dude. Who's your Pandora station for sexy time?
Yeah.
Oh, they'll tell you right away.
Sure.
Like we had one girl that said, "I like TLC radio." You know, like
Yeah.
those songs for those
Right.
girls, singers,
I
these girl
like
bands from like '90s or whatever.
Yeah.
So we bought her
Waterfalls.
TLC radio. She picked up a microphone, fake. It was like a little a bottle or whatever, like
Yes.
a Red Bull. And now she got so turned on and having such a great time. And then check this out.
I'd be
We
like
had another
Snoop
couple
Dogg.
in there, a very well-to-do couple,
Yep.
a very wealthy couple, beautiful people, great spirit,
Really classy, man.
and they were a little bit older, but you could tell it from their pictures. This he rides a Harley. He has a nice road glide in there.
Oh my God, he's in
And-
great shape.
Oh my, he is in shape. They have money. They live on
Yeah.
a farm with like thousands of acres and shit. And so I asked them. I said, "Sweetie, who's one of you like a top artist for Pandora?" And it ended up being the Allman Brothers station. All right, and now they play all kinds of rock, right?
Yeah.
When you play,
Oh,
so
Jesus,
we ended up
but-
doing Allman Brothers. Station.
Yeah.
And the music that was playing while we were fucking, I could tell that she was going back
Sure.
to the 90s, the
Yep.
80s. And I could tell also from her face. And one of the things that I love is, these wrinkles when you smile a lot. We start developing this crow's feet on the eyes.
the
And I could
lines,
see
yeah.
them on her. But as the music played and as she smiled more, they disappeared. Beautiful.
Ah,
And
Yeah.
we're making love, man. I mean, and she was loving it. And the guy was into it and he's rocking out.
sure.
So the answer is, you have to elicit not what you like. You elicit what your target likes.
Yeah.
Your sexy couple you're with.
know your audience.
You got to
Yeah.
play what they like. Forget about what you like. Play what they
Yeah.
like so that they can be comfortable. All right. So, sweetie, teach them the club sandwich, the ultimate icebreaker.
Oh my gosh.
Club
Okay, so you guys have
sandwich.
permission to use this.
All
Please
right.
use it. Please use it.
And so what happens is the women are the meat of the sandwich. So the ladies will face each other, and then the husbands will swap and stand behind the ladies. So my husband isn't behind me; he's behind the other chick. And
But
her
you're
husband
looking
is
at
stand-
him.
behind me. Yeah,
Okay.
club sandwich. We're all vertical. We're dancing, bumping, grinding.
And here's how you present it. The music playing, we're in the room, we're having drinks, strong drinks. And we say,
course.
hey, you guys, you want to break the ice with a little club sandwich, a little dance?
Yeah.
And then I tell the guy, look, you're basically pretending to dance, but what you're really doing is rubbing your cock
Right.
on my wife's ass because she
Right.
likes that.
That's
Yeah.
a junk press. Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Oh," which is my command.
Yeah.
So the girls make out, the girls touch boobies.
Touch titties.
They're in the
and,
middle.
Yeah.
And maybe they kiss, maybe they don't. And
Right.
then the guys are behind them. The guys are caressing the ladies. And then if you know you have good rapport, if you know that they're down to fuck or down
Yeah.
to do other stuff,
Right.
at some point, my wife will turn to the guy, which gives the cue to the other woman to turn to me, and now we're in a make out swap scenario. And then how far it goes depends on them, depends on us. But the club sandwich is one of the ultimate icebreakers. Hey, let's start with a little club sandwich, guys. Yeah, everyone's.
If somebody's okay, I'm
happy.
so glad you said it though, because I could just see us being at a party and somebody's like, "You want to start with a club sandwich?" I'm like, "I don't really eat bacon," and
I'd be like, I'm starving.
I would take it so literal.
I
don't really feel like a sandwich right now.
Well, that leads me to a question. So it sounds like you guys would be great for this, because I remember on our first episode where we spoke to you guys, you talked about how you guys have kind of learned from trial and error about the lifestyle, which is, I prefer that method in everything I learn. It's really the best way for me to learn. But have you guys had to, when you've taken on a couple and everybody's grooving, but maybe they're newbies and you kind of guide them through the experience, does that make it worse for you, or do you guys enjoy that?
I actually really like meeting people who are new to the lifestyle. I mean, you have to kind of approach them differently, maybe ask them questions differently. But the reality is if you have a positive experience with a new couple, that new couple is going to anchor that memory to you, and it's going to set them off on the right foot for the rest of their lifestyle journey.
It's like losing your virginity to someone who you really enjoyed, who you really liked, and now you've anchored a wonderful memory to that person. So you are their first, in essence, and it's a beautiful thing. Also, I like the idea that when you read our validations on Cassidy.com and people say things about their experiences with us, it's always the same thing. Like this is a classy couple. They were really nice. They were really patient with us. And so we want to be able to be good ambassadors of the lifestyle, and we strive to give people a wonderful experience, not in a way where they walk away with a stride of pride, right? Like a walk of shame, but we let them leave with a stride of pride.
Yeah.
All right. Not in a way where they just had a sport fuck and they're on their way, but in a way where, like my lady talks about the campsite rule, right? Let's say it real fast, sweetie.
Well, you got to leave things in better condition
than how you found them.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with couples. They enter our life, and we want to be able to touch them, and not necessarily physically, but also emotionally, and let them know, look, you're beautiful. You're on a great journey. You're discovering it together. We're going to be very respectful, and we let them be the aggressors. We let them be the ones that take the lead.
Sure.
And we don't sit there and say, because one of the things I fucking hated in the beginning, there was a woman who said to me, touch me. Oh, that's good, honey.
Right.
Oh, squeeze my ass, honey. Oh, that's good. Good job, honey. And I'm thinking, dude, I fucked before, man.
Don't patronize me, bitch.
This isn't, and the shit is that this woman was a little bit older, I think probably like 55 or whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you're reminding me of a teacher now, and now you're telling me, and come on, man.
Grandma?
Yeah. I mean, look, you're new to us, but I'm not new to pussy.
Right.
So, and so we want to be, we don't want to be that couple to people like, oh, you're doing great. Oh, high five, my brother. You're killing that pussy. No, but we're very normal, and we're like, hey, you guys are sexy as fuck, and really find ways to edify the couple as humans, as people. Sure. And, they have a great experience, and then they're able to become regular fuck buddies because they know you're safe, they know you're cool, they know you're respectful. And anytime they get super horny or they have extra tickets to a VIP event or a concert, we get calls all you guys free? We have concert tickets. Maybe we can play afterwards, and maybe not. Sometimes we just have to split and we don't do anything, but we just hang with them. So we want to develop friendships. We don't want to just fucking leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think you got the last one.
I've got the last one. All right. Do you ever feel like you're living a double life?
Yes, all the time.
Is that intentional?
And is that a good or a bad thing? How do you feel about that? That's a great question.
Well, I find it very intriguing. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we chose to name the show the Priory Society podcast, because you're in a secret society and you have to kind of be initiated, and you've got like secret handshakes to figure out who's who. There's a code language, and it's different ways to identify people, because what we do is not really accepted, or it's considered taboo by a majority of the people out there, even though we know that most people think about fucking others. And so they just haven't given themselves permission yet. But
there's a lot of cheating going on.
Sure. Yeah. There's a lot of cheating going on. That's why a lot of relationships fail, because one person isn't satisfied. But so we are in a secret society. So we do lead a double life of,
And it's fun.
naughtiness.
Secret agent of pussy.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm a connoisseur of fine wine and vagina.
And Jose.
and my lady's a connoisseur of cock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She's a slut, man. No, if you
I'm
can
such a
say,
slut.
if you can call each other sluts,
I
like we
accept
had
that.
a couple that reached out to us, and we'd played with them before.
Yeah.
And we met them in a hotel lobby, and we were chit-chatting. We rolled in with our cooler, and they were like, "Okay, typical swinger. You have your red igloo. Can you get something else from Costco that maybe looks like a backpack or something?"
No.
And then, so she said. She was sitting there real cutie, right? I don't know where they're from, Tennessee or something. Real pretty girl. And the guy, looks good.
Yeah.
Nice fit body and stuff. And the woman says in a cute voice, "Oh my goodness, we're all such sluts, aren't we?"
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes, that's right,
bona
baby.
fide sluts.
That's
So
that's
yeah,
great.
we do lead a double life. There are friends, family, that have no idea, and I would never volunteer the information. Sometimes I feel like it, but I just we keep that side of our life separate.
Also, we belong to private social clubs and things
Yeah.
like that, yacht clubs and stuff. We don't even like to go to those events.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we will we get invited to wine dinners or wine tastings and stuff. And my lady's like, "Well, is it a lifestyle event? Are there freaky couples there?"
What are we gonna do
And
there?
then we're like, "Well, I'm
It's
not
all a
gonna
bunch
pay
of squares.
$150 to stand around and talk about the wine wheel, and this tastes like oak." And I'm
Right.
like, "Well, show me your titties."
Yeah, boring.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is awesome.
Is anybody's tits going to be out? Well, then I'm not going.
I'm not interested.
Am I going to be able to take a woman outside on the terrace and under the
Make
night
out.
sky, have a nice conversation with her? Maybe she'll touch my hand slightly, and something. Give me a little flirt, man. But
Yeah.
in these corporate environments, we feel like we don't want to go to a lot of the events that are out there for us because we prefer to be ourselves and live
Yeah.
our authentic, true self. With nice authenticity, man. And you're
Sure.
honoring yourself, and we're honoring each other by wanting to experience the ultimate pleasure in a controlled environment where we're okay with it and everyone's respectful.
Well, that's when you're happiest, obviously.
Yeah.
So you got to do what
Sure.
you love.
Well, listen, guys, that was 16 listener questions that we
Those are
knocked
great
out.
questions. Yeah.
And
We enjoyed those.
that was so much fun. I can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you guys giving us, your time twice. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that we won't ask you to come back again.
Let's do it
because,
again.
Bring
actually.
it on. Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah.
I mean, people have the.
I guarantee you
I just
people will
think it's
have
good
more
information.
questions.
Yeah, I'm all for spreading the word and helping
Yeah.
people speak openly, even if they don't become swingers. If it helps them talk openly with their spouse about what they do and don't like, and stop being scared of just doing that, it's going to help a lot of
Or if
relationships.
they can just listen to you guys
Yeah.
talk with their spouse and then go fuck the shit out of each other, probably
That
like
works
we're going
too.
to go do. Like, so.
Just intensify your fantasies. If we can help with
Yes.
that, and we can offer a community where we can answer your questions, not to recruit people because that's not our purpose here. We just want to maybe shed light into the world
Yeah.
that they are very curious about, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a great time for everyone involved, and it does make relationships stronger if
Yeah.
you're already a strong relationship. If you're a
Absolutely.
shaky relationship, then it can be it'll just accelerate your downfall.
Yeah.
which could be a good thing too.
Right, exactly.
Get out of it.
I
Get
think
the
it's
fuck out,
gonna.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be very interesting, and I know that you guys have mentioned it before, but I don't know if everyone noticed it. Well, when you sent out pictures before our first episode with you guys,
Yeah.
you're like, I think you'll find we have a lot of things in common, and you guys had one of the pictures where you guys were, I think you were in tactical gear or you were holding guns. You were definitely at a range shooting.
Yeah.
But hearing it tonight and hearing about the, just the intensity for safety and law enforcement and the Krav Maga and all that, people are going to realize you guys are badasses. And I
Yeah.
love that. I dig the shit out of that.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think the idea is to be good ambassadors. Like someone would be a good ambassador of the Second Amendment, and someone who believes in freedom and believes in the ability to protect yourself. We want to change the image of not just gun ownership and safety, but we also want to alter the image of swinging and
Sure.
open relationships and polyamory and non-monogamy, so that people don't think it's a bunch of fucking weirdos with mullet vans.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Well,
Regular-
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I just wanted to add that I think the feedback that we're getting from your listeners, and if they go home and they fuck after listening to our podcast, or it helps them have a conversation about their own sexuality and intimacy in their relationship, that's really the biggest reward for us. And that's why we're doing this show. We're not just trying to like recruit people to have dates with. That's that's not even part of it. It's really about giving back to the community and helping people out there that just might be having trouble. Maybe they don't know how to have the conversation. Right. Maybe they are, kind of slightly depressed because they don't know what's wrong with them. They're sexually not satisfied. And they just can't figure out how to get their mind around asking their partner what they really want and telling them, hey babe, I think I'm into this. And, maybe we can try something new. So that's really the biggest reward for us.
So we give out a lot of tips and strategies on the inner game and how you process the information, but also how you can become, we say it all the time, you become the better version of yourself, and that'll allow you to become a better lifestyler. But if you're a better version of yourself, you're going to be better at everything in life.
Exactly.
And that's what we want to do with our podcast, is reach out, help people up-level themselves and become a bit more powerful, maybe become more empowered with the knowledge that we share.
For sure.
And of course, podcasts like your podcast as well, Married as Fuck. I think as long as people are taking advice little here, a little there, and they're strategic about how they implement it, it's a wonderful way to listen and be educated and also learn some cool things at the same time. So priorysociety.com is our main website. And when you go to priorysociety.com, and Priory is like an old church. So I have people that are like, oh, you mean priority? I'm like, nah, dude. I don't need to go first. I don't need to go first, baby. All right. But priorysociety.com, you'll see all the different areas where our podcast is available on every major engine. And we'd invite you to come on over, take a quick listen, and if it's a good fit, to subscribe and to join us on our naughty adventures.
Awesome. Well, we love you guys, and can't say enough good things. We will make sure to continue to be in communication with you guys, and you'll be the ones we hit up when we have questions.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Please do. We're here for you guys and for your listeners. Okay, we want to be here as a resource.
Ask away.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have a good night. We appreciate you, and we'll talk soon.
Appreciate you guys. Have
Thanks.
a good night.
All right.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Well, there it is.
Yeah,
Motherfucking Priory Society.
Oh, never a dull moment. Love those guys.
So much fucking.
So many dicks.
So much
and so many
airlocking.
holes.
Airlock.
That sounds like a nightmare to me.
That sounds like a torture device, but it's awesome.
It literally, to me, like I got a little bit of like heart palpitations when you said that, because to me, I'm so
choking.
Right, I'm so claustrophobic, like that all holes plugged. I can't breathe. But like, good for her, man. She's
Isis
a
is
fucking
badass.
champion. Yeah, she is.
I'm telling you, she'll rip your dick off. I can just feel it.
Yeah.
She is a ass kicker.
I know.
Rascal in the bedroom.
I'm with you. I bet she is a handful.
I love that she sounds like she's the one that's literally like, look, this is all great. Are y'all down to fuck? Oh, okay, cool. No, you're not? Okay, well, we're going to head over here.
Yeah.
Y'all down? Okay. All right. Well, here we are.
Let's not just fucking beat around the bush here.
And they got so much good insight.
I know.
And we didn't even get to all, we still had more questions left. We
had
got the most of them.
We had a couple left, but I tried to pick out the best ones.
Yeah, we got the majority of the good ones. I can't wait to post the picture that I doodled during this episode.
Oh, wait, I doodled a club sandwich.
Yeah, we'll post these on...
I doodled a club sandwich. Look, it's like Randall, rando chick, B, rando dude.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's an illustration of what a club sandwich is.
Yeah, that's strange. Strange looking.
Why are you getting angry just looking at it? Stick figures.
No, I'm just saying it's weird looking. I can't see very good without my glasses.
It's stick figures, baby.
But here's my picture.
What is it? That's some saggy tits. Me likey airbags?
Airlock.
Why did you draw... Okay, yeah, okay.
It's just total randomness. It's hilarious.
Yeah, you're a silly boy.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed that one, and hopefully we got to all your questions that you had a thirst for that knowledge.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm sure we'll have them on again.
Yeah,
They're fun.
They're too much fun. It goes by too quick. I mean, I looked up and we were deep, so.
I know.
Yeah, we're going to get the fuck out of here. It's late. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys put some shit up your ass, like Eros was
And
saying.
use some lube when you do it.
Prostate milking. That's the thing. So
milk your prostates.
milk your prostates and fuck yourselves.
Do it.